We are here. I, I was wondering about that. Who gave us that? Was it a child or no? No, no, no. Yeah, no, no, no. I agree. Right. No, no. I feel that I felt the same. I felt like, believe it or not, even how much I babble, I am cognizant of actually trying to hold back. That's how bad I am. There you go.
David, it is hat. Hat. I'm just called hat. I have terrible news.
No, what?
Hmm.
That is terrible.
It was stolen. World's biggest rabbit was stolen from the home. No, don't.
No.
They did not eat it. They love it and they're giving it a nice home. It's just the other person was mean to them. Now that's I'm just saying that they probably weren't. So they just took it and now they're giving him a really good home. They are not hungry. They love. I don't know if they've got it back yet.
Oh,
A rabbit rabbit proclaims to the biggest in the world has been stolen from its home in I don't know how to pronounce that. I'm not going to completely butcher that. It's like Worcester. Worcester. That sounds. And everyone's saying in the chat that everyone in the chat is saying that you're muted.
weird people overseas.
Everybody in chat is saying that you're muted. Yeah. West Mercia police. The police think that the 129 centimeter long potential giant rabbit named Darius was taken from its enclosure in the garden of the property and stolen overnight on Saturday.
Mm-hmm. Wait a sec.
And then
It,
they have offered a $1,000 reward for his return,
ooh,
saying it's a very sad day.
they're offering a
Edward,
$1,000 return and also and a really lovely rabbit stew.
no.
Of course not.
I also want to say I got the VR setup and I have hot dogs, horseshoes, and hand grenades.
Oh my god! So we're never going to see you again. Basically, we're just going to be in your room.
No, I've actually been playing another game because I'm not allowed to play VR for more than 30 minutes at a time.
I think it's bad. I think for kids. Kids. I hate saying kids. For bandits. For young bandits like you and I, Wolf Pup, or or whatever you're calling yourself. I think it's. They say it's bad for your for development. Like it can actually mess with your sense of spatial geometry and coordination and stuff. Apparently, that's what I heard.
Yeah, but I have been playing it for like the first day I got it, I played it for like 2 hours.
Oh my god! Did you feel ill at all? Did you get sick at all?
I got a tiny bit sick. It wasn't like full. Ooh, I need to puke.
You
It's
didn't
not.
actually throw up.
Yeah, it's not as bad as when I go into the car lately. Because I haven't been out at all since the pandemic. I've been getting really car
I
sick.
hate the car. I get so car sick. I'm such a wimp. I mean, let me just plug this thing in. Keep talking. I'm still here. I'm just not here.
And
Vibe Pup.
like
What
today,
are
I had
you?
to.
Oh, I'm sorry, buddy. What are you using for your VR headset?
I'm using an HTC Vive.
Noise.
Okay. Do we know what the stats on that are? Like what your refresh rate is and what your
I don't know. I'm pretty sure it's
resolution?
60 frames per second. I don't know. Maybe. Yeah, I think it's 60. But when I'm not playing VR, I've been playing Stranded Deep. It is terrifying sometimes.
Stranded Deep. That sounds familiar. What's that?
It went free one day, and it is very hard. It's a survival game.
Oh, is it? Okay. All right. I need to get on the little chat here and see what I can see.
Oh, Randy is talking in the Tech Bandits live.
Who
Randy is
dat?
talking in the Tech Bandits live. Oh, is chatting in the? Oh yeah. Sorry to
Yeah.
hear. What is going on? What's up with Aaron Cross? Oh no, Aaron Cross has to take painkillers. Ugh, I hate painkillers because they always make me feel kind of fuzzy and gross. Do you ever have to take them, Kimbichi?
I am on them all the time, buddy. So
No, seriously?
yes, true story. Yeah,
What like?
I've got metal in my back and hips, and they had to take out 2 ribs to mush up into like concrete for my to go where all my discs go, and then they had to take a piece of pelvis to do that as well. So I'm a sore monkey.
Really? So you are, but you don't feel. I guess it's fighting the pain, so it's not making you too dopey then. Because you seem pretty
Right,
snappy. You seem pretty snappy with your responses and stuff.
right. And I've always like I had to start that in college,
Oh
and I
wow! Oh, so
couldn't.
you're like immune
Oh
at this
yeah,
point.
yeah. Well, no, and I don't increase. I've never like I'm not anything like hydrocodone or anything like that.
Mm.
Well, I guess something like that. It is what is it? No, what is it? I'll figure it out. But it's a opiate of some sort.
Oh, it
But
is. Oh wow.
yeah, but like I couldn't concentrate in calculus two and differential equations and things like that. And I told the doctor I was like just in so much pain. I took the pain medication and could do my really hard math much easier. So
Oh, so the pain was more of an inhibitor for trying to think than the.
right,
Well, there you go. You know you're really in pain when.
correct.
Um, that is interesting, but and you never and you keep the dose low because you don't want to get. I guess. Well, although I guess even just a low dose, I suppose you wouldn't like. It would be nasty to come off it now.
Oh yeah, but there's like a an intersection of I also am a diaphragm breather. You know,
Mm.
like I can't expand my rib cage because of musculature. It's just from my diaphragm. So
Huh.
if I took too many opiates, my breathing would be inhibited.
Right.
So I I want to keep my pain as manageable as possible, but I also enjoy breathing.
Breathing's nice. I like it.
I I'm addicted.
I prefer. Yeah, I prefer breathing to not breathing.
Yeah.
What about you,
I
Wolf Pup?
can.
I
Yes.
I sort of like breathing. It's not like my favorite thing. It's like I kind of like drinking more, but like
Mm.
breathing's fine.
Well, you
It's
say that.
Let me ask you this, because this I don't know why I always think of this when I think of breathing. Is there was a scene in this oh god, what was the movie now? The James Cameron underwater one, the deep one,
Abyss.
Abyss, the Abyss. There was a scene in the Abyss where the guy had to drown in this fluid that would then allow him to breathe, if that makes sense. Like it was like an
Ugh.
oxygen rich fluid of some sort that would get sucked into the lungs. And I always wondered if that was, I should really look this up. I never looked it up, whether it was actually a real technology or not. Like normally with James Cameron, there's an element of truth there, or he just goes and invents it. But I was always curious to know whether that was something that actually, I'm assuming it's something they were trying to work on. The idea of like a
Well,
fluid that you could breathe instead of air type thing.
can you look that up?
I
Wolf
feel
Pup, for
like
me?
Yeah,
having
Can you
we
to
need
look up?
where's Google Noodles? I didn't
Yeah.
tell anybody we were doing this today. I guess that's probably part
doing
of it.
that would suck. Like having to drown and be like you can't breathe, but then like cuz don't when you drown you pass out and then like cuz
Eventually, when the oxygen is low enough, that's when you pass out.
Well, what's funny is I don't think you pass out because of the oxygen. Don't you pass out because you're not processing the carbon dioxide? Isn't it something weird? Like you actually get
Oh, that I don't know.
you're like poisoned rather than it's something. It's not what I thought it was. I assumed it
I
was
thought
like. Sorry, go ahead.
I thought it was not enough oxygen to the brain, so you can't do anything. So you just like fall.
Hmm. Well, why don't we look it up? I'm going to look it up right now.
I have a super crappy story that's not.
Oh, what do you
It
got?
might be suitable for our off days because I actually did that NDE thing,
The what?
So near death experience where I
Ooh,
actually did suffocate
really?
and I was sure I was dead. But of
Really?
course Trenton saved me. So
Who? Sorry, who did?
yeah, my nephew Trent.
Oh,
It,
wow.
it yeah,
Man,
it
you
was
owe
a
him big
whole
time too. That sucks.
huge, huge because he just yanked my table off. He wasn't even home. I managed to click out a message before I went out, and he raced back here. I was home by myself, which is something we only did that when my dad got cancer. But anyways,
Right.
uh, yeah. So it was a whole thing, but I won't share it because it sucks. But it was kind of interesting, so we'll do it on Adult Day or Magic Day or something.
But did you like see lights and all that kind of stuff? I mean, did you?
No, I on purpose started doubling numbers so that because I could feel my hands going numb or
Hmm.
tingling,
Yeah.
and my vision from the outside started to like glitter and stuff and focus down into a tunnel. And I knew
Ooh.
exactly what that was. So I was like, shit, I'm not going to be able to tell anybody that there isn't anything. That it's just like the blood going out of your like retinas and your hands. And
Hmm.
it's just your brain kind of doing a dream thing for you.
Hmm.
Because I stayed perfectly aware right till the very end and went out, like black. Like if you go to get a surgery or something.
Right.
And then the next thing I know, Chitten's running with me in his arms, getting me to breathe. So it was pretty cool.
Wow. That's
But
some
when I got
that's
yeah,
some smart thinking. How old were they when they did that?
oh, he's like 19 or something when that happened.
Man, that's
So
good for him. Wow.
yeah, he's one of these, just like the tech bandits. He's like really smart, kind of, might not appropriately answer some questions or something, but then when like the stuff hits the fan, he's like
He's on it.
on lockdown. Yeah,
Ah.
oh yeah. He's like OJ Simpson running through the airport. Oh God, that's old man. And then and
That is
get
that's some
there,
that
do
is some
everything.
old that is some pre-tech bandits
Yeah,
references there.
believe it or not, children, OJ Simpson was one time not a bad guy.
Yeah, used to be a very famous sportsman. I don't even remember
Yeah.
what sport it was, frankly. I'm so not into
Buffalo
sports
Bills
at all.
football
Was he
Oh,
football? Yeah.
I have a
running
random
back.
fact that might be
Go
very
ahead.
interesting.
It is.
What do you
You
got?
Go
probably
ahead.
have inhaled enough dead skin cells to form an entire human.
Ooh,
Oh, by what age?
nice. Like our own golem.
Because 80% dust is 80% dead skin cells.
Right.
So you have almost had enough to be able to make a whole human.
Wow.
By like,
That's kind of a creepy thought.
yeah.
I'm trying to see what happens to your body. There's lots of stuff about how to not drown. Risk factors. Free
I'll
diving.
tell you things that they knew. This is how they knew I suffocated. Is I think I had something called ketoacidosis.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you get choked, like if somebody chokes you until you pass out, you'll get that. Like some kind of ketosis happens in your blood
Right.
If you're drowning, why don't you just drink the water?
because that goes in your tummy, not your lungs, and we're not able to separate the oxygen that's like in the water. Like there is water bubbling through. I'm sorry, there's oxygen bubbling through water, and that's what gills are for, not tummies.
No.
Oh, man, there's a lot
I
of different ways of drowning. Like there's whole different things
I
involved.
imagine.
I had no idea. I'm gonna have to look this up. We'll have to get back to this because I had no idea there was so much. I just thought it was gonna be like, oh, it's because of this, but it's like It's drowning occurs when an individual spends too much time with their nose and mouth submerged in a liquid to the point of not being able to breathe. If this is not followed by an exit to the surface, low oxygen levels and excess carbon dioxide in the blood trigger a
Okay.
neurological state of breathing emergency, which results in increased physical distress and occasional contractions of the vocal folds, whatever that means. Wow. So I guess so. It is a combination. Okay. All right. It's not like it's one or the other. It's a nasty combination of not enough oxygen and too much carbon dioxide by the sound of it.
Have you ever held your breath really, really long underwater?
We used to do that. Yeah, we used to have like contests to see how long we could go, and there were a couple of times where I was like, "Oh boy, that was too
Too
long."
long.
Yeah.
But you never got where you were making the noise in the back of your throat.
Oh yeah.
That,
Oh no, I've definitely got to that point.
okay, that's that vocal fold thing.
Oh, that's what it is.
About.
Oh, that's neat. Yeah, that kind of like,
Yep.
and you're desperately trying not to breathe in.
Yep.
I've got to get Elsa a code to get into our chat with us if she wants to be here. Let me see if I can see what she sent me. She sent me a link, not a link. Here we go. Okay. Oh, I can't do that though because if I do that, then everyone gets to see that. That doesn't work either. How do I do this? How do I do this?
Let's see. Oh, Elsa's here and she can't get in. I so want to talk to her.
Let me see if I can do this. I'm see if maybe if Baz is around, maybe he can do it for her.
Quick, we need somebody knowledgeable.
Yeah, I just don't want to do it with. I just want to. I just don't want to be sharing, the bandits'
totally
personal information while I do it. Let me see if I can get Baz.
Dragging your baby.
Baz, can you do me a tech favor? Here we go. All right. We'll see if we get a response from that. I'm not sure he's probably in his little world of gaming is my guess. So, all right. I can also put another camera up, I suppose. Where's that one plugged into? Is that plugged into there? I could do this, I suppose. Let's try this. All right. So we don't know whether we've already lost a giant rabbit. We've discussed drowning. I, of course, will not be able to do this, but I will be able to do this. I'm going to see if I can get another camera up so I can switch cameras and then I can work on this while we do this.
Oh, yeah. I have been killed by a shark 3 times today.
But killed by a shark? Oh, is that what the game is?
Stranded Deep.
Oh.
I was paddling on a boat and then a storm happened.
Right.
So then the boat flipped over. So then I was pulling the boat over to an island, but then a shark came and killed me. So then I had to make a new game.
As sharks do. Sharks do love killing us. They really don't, though, apparently. Apparently sharks are not nearly as dangerous as you think they are.
No, they wasn't being aggressive. I was right above him.
He was just being hungry.
No, they like to circle around you, but they don't try to eat you. They just like circle around from far away, just like looking at you.
Huh.
Just being like, no, you're not. If you try to kill me, I'm going to kill you. But they will go away if they do it long enough. They will just look around you and then they'll just go away.
Right.
Which that definitely didn't happen because I got flipped over.
Mark Roper did a great video on that where he did all the different things that I thought were true about sharks. Like if there's a drop of blood in the water, they'll all come and just chew you to pieces. Didn't work. If you pee in the water, they'll come and get you. Didn't work. Even some of the fish oil, they were like, yeah, whatever. So
you watch Mark Rober?
Of course I watch Mark Rober because he's freaking genius. What are you talking about? Don't you watch
I do. So, I watched some with my dad. I watched the teaching things.
I just think he's really smart. Oh wait, did you sign up for that thing? That he
no, I did not.
All right, I'm not sure why.
I did not do that.
I'm just really glad that the peeing in the water doesn't attract more sharks because that's actually my top strategy for a shark attack is to pee first. So
pee first, escape later.
I guess that's right.
Yeah.
I plan to lay there real still
I was looking at my Roblox account because I was curious, and I think I have like someone in my class friended, and my about me. I don't remember doing this, but it is I play Notoriety. I dislike school. That's me in a nutshell.
What?
Yeah, let's go through that again.
Run that by me again. Sorry, I was, to be fair, I was trying to do too many things at the same time.
My about me page on Roblox is just I play Notoriety. I dislike school. That's me in a nutshell.
You dislike school. Oh.
That's it. That's your description. Is just disliking school
and playing Notoriety.
Notoriety.
Oh, notoriety.
Notoriety. It's like, do you know the game Payday?
Mm-mm.
Oh, I've heard of that, but I've not played it, I don't think.
It's like a game where you like rob stuff.
How did I know? Let me guess. Are there guns involved?
Yes, lots. You can also throw cards at people and kill them with them.
You could throw cards at people? That was a Marvel Mutants thing, wasn't it?
Well, okay. This is a decent story. Wolf Pup, you might like it. My dad used to own a crane service way back in the day, and he was actually hired to hang a magician upside down.
No, seriously?
Yeah, for TV and all that. And so Dad came up with the way so he wouldn't hurt his feet and things. He took a roller skates but anyways, so he got that all going. But this guy could throw cards. He would sit in our house and he could stick cards into the side of a watermelon. The rind, not the juicy part, but it was amazing.
That's another Mark Roper thing.
I would not want to go swimming.
No, Mark Roper was doing those throwing cards, and he actually built a machine that threw cards and cut through things with it.
Nice.
I just want to say I would not want to swim with sharks unless I know I'm safe, because I would just feel like I'm dead. Because I have been taught from Disney that sharks' blood, death.
Sorry, shark bloods is death?
Shark plus blood equals you die.
Well, apparently that's not the case.
Oh,
yeah, apparently that's not the case anymore. Not anymore.
I even thought if it can smell like a fish, it will just be, yes, let's eat fish. You are fish now.
How do you add someone on Discord? I don't understand. I'm trying to invite them, and it's not letting me do it.
You need to.
Members list?
Are they in the Iron Ham?
No, not yet.
Oh, then just do in the chat. Oh wait, no, I'm not.
We're not in Iron Ham. We're in TechBandits.
Yeah,
right?
we're in TechBandits.
They need to join the Iron Hams one, and then you can just find them in the members list and send them the thing.
Oh, maybe they are in that. Let me have a look. It is possible. All right, let me see if I've got. Are you in here, Elsa? Are you in the? Are you in this list? Oh my God, online. Boy, oh boy. There's a lot of people online. Holy moly. I had no idea that Iron Ham's server was so... This is supposed to be my server. I'm supposed to be looking at it more, I guess. I don't see... Unless she's got a different name now.
Is anybody offline? I don't see anybody offline when I scroll down.
No? All right. I'm searching for that. No results. No. Okay. So, all right. So if I want to add someone to a server... I'm going to go to my TechBandits server. I'm going to go to the server. I'm going to say invite people. But then it says I don't have a choice to add them.
Yeah, no, you'd have to send an invite and they'd have to click that, correct?
You can't just... But I've got the full link for her name.
I see.
Then you just add them. If you just click home, friends, and then add friend, and then you can just... Then their name and then their numbers.
Home friends. Okay, home friends. I see it. Home friends. Add a friend. You're a freaking genius. All right.
Wolf Pup.
Wolf Pup to the rescue. Okay, done. Have I invited her to the right one? We'll see if I've invited her to the right one. Didn't work. Double check the capitalization and the spelling.
I revoked my Wolf Pup.
All right. No, it's not. I don't think it's Wolf Pup's fault. I think it's my
That's
punctuation's
true. It's
fault.
probably a David thing.
I think
Yeah.
when in doubt, it's generally me. Yeah, I think I got
I
that
got a
right.
question for chat. Okay, if we were going to put money on it, if Wolf Pup did go swimming with the sharks, who do we fear for most, Wolf Pup or the sharks?
Well, it depends. Is he going to bring
Think
one of his
about it.
guns with him?
Probably. I doubt if his heads are not packing.
He's got to be
I
packing.
feel like I would be more scared because like the bullets wouldn't do anything in the water. Because as we've seen in John Wick,
Yes.
bullets do nothing in water.
I base all
That
my
is a
stuff off
myth.
John Wick.
Yeah, that's something I've never understood. Is that the way in films people are like, the bullets are flying through the water and it always just it always just I always wonder about the physics of a lot of that stuff.
Because you can survive the kill distance on a grenade in water is seriously declined.
There was someone on the internet I remember seeing was shooting guns underwater, and the compression can actually really hurt you apparently, because water doesn't compress like air does.
Right.
So you can actually be like crushed by the by the force of the explosion, which is kind of neat.
I feel like I would need a harpoon. That
Which
would
I'm
work.
almost positive you have on you somewhere.
You know what they have though that I always thought was kind of cool for the sharks was they had those sticks with like a shotgun shell on it,
Oh yeah.
and you would jab them, and it would go, and it would like explode and knock them back and stuff, or kill them right away, whatever.
Is that an actual thing?
Yeah, they
I've
were
seen
like
it. Yeah.
kind of bang stick things. I don't know what they were actually.
Oh,
Ooh,
also
stick
I
them.
figured out how to make it so my headset it doesn't, because you know how it's telling you how it gets really loud.
Yeah.
Turns out it was IQ's fault.
What was it
It
doing?
did. It just decided let's just go super duper loud.
It just
Wait.
decided that.
Yeah. So then what I need to do is I had to update everything, like a manual one, and like being like, are you doing everything good? And I need to change a lot of stuff in
Right.
like the headset thing.
Right. I'm gonna see if I can drag.
Did you say you have Sony, Wolf Pup?
Pardon?
Did you say you have a Sony ear headphones?
No, I
No,
have
I'm
a
sorry.
Corsair.
Oh, cool.
For mute. Gonna add.
So probably RGB too. That'd be nice.
Yeah, 1 second, I need to take it off so I won't be able to hear you.
That is weird that it would suddenly change volume though.
If my dad gives me permission one day, I want to make it so the keyboard and the mouse and his headset, they all line up with the LEDs.
Right.
Oh,
I would love to. I would be staring at that for like 2 days straight. Not gonna lie.
ooh, did you see the Optimus Prime robot? Wolf
Oh
Pup?
my god, that thing is insanely cool.
I haven't seen that.
Is it in the chat?
Oh,
Is
I
it in the? Is it on
don't.
the server? Was that where you put it?
I sent it via Twitter.
Oh yeah, there's the playing card machine gun. Have you seen that? That's this thing.
No.
Here,
Fruit Ninja.
whoa. Here you go. I'm gonna go. I'm not sure if I'm allowed to show the whole thing or anything, but let me. I don't want to
Wait,
rip them off.
didn't you say that now we can say we are reacting to this?
But I think we have to be in the frame or something. There's like a. Let's see if I can do this. What if I do something like this? That does not work at all. No. Well, let me see if I can go smaller with this. Hang on. I'll do this.
Oh, I have a game that has a NDA disclosure thing.
Oh, really?
It released.
And
Yeah.
Why? What's the because it's new and secret or something?
It's really early access.
Ah, so you're not allowed to
Just
show
don't forget
it or
to take this into consideration.
They have videos of it on YouTube, but like they have devlogs on YouTube, but like streamers aren't allowed to be like, yeah.
Boy, that's kind of risky, though. I would imagine that's got to be hard to like let that out there without, without the wrong people doing the wrong thing, like getting it out more. Like, what do you think they're worried about when they hide things like that?
Just
Watch
if
this.
people to like judge it before it's actually good, and for YouTubers, because most of the games that I get are because YouTubers like make it look really fun.
Right. Okay, so this guy's throwing
But
those
like,
cards. Oh, why did it skip to that? All right, so this is the
do you
guy
press?
that throws cards and can like that magician you were talking about, Gimpy G.
Gotcha.
He's got the cards. Oh, and he's doing card tricks. Who cares? We want to see there. Look at this. So that's him throwing stuff and it going into. Is it a wood? What is it? See what he's looking
Well, it
at.
looks like they are shooting at a watermelon, right?
Yeah. Okay. So this is kind of fun because it's a slow motion. So that's like how he's throwing them. And then Mark Roper goes in and goes like, okay, let's count them and see what I've got. And he's built this handgun that just fires cards.
Oh, I've seen this guy. He built like a squirrel Olympics kind of thing
Oh
too, right?
yes, yeah.
I showed that my dad watched that, and he was completely like, he's like, "What the heck? I love this."
Yeah, this guy is amazing. This guy worked for NASA, and then now he just does he does this kind of stuff. It's pretty. I mean, like yeah. He's also the guys. He does the glitter bomb things as well. Like he does those like
Oh
the
yeah.
porch
Yeah,
pirates.
he glittered by him to Porch Pirate, and now he has an inside man at one of those phone scammers.
Right. Oh, is he doing that now?
Yeah, that's his new
Oh,
mission.
right. Because of I remember that. That's right. Because of the he tried to glitter bomb a scammer, and it turned out that he glitter bombed someone who was actually renting an Airbnb to the scammer.
No, that's not. That's a different thing.
Oh,
He's going after a phone scammer company now.
huh.
Oh wait, no, I think that was the right one. But he has an inside man.
He does have an inside man now. Well, don't tell anybody.
It's on his.
Hey, Ruby K. Ruby K's here. Xenos is here. A whole bunch of people here.
There's a video from the place on his channel. I'm not saying that's bad, but like it's there, so I don't feel like that person should have sent that video because they probably aren't feeling the safest right now, most likely.
Right. All right, hang on a second. Let me do this. I think the Mark Roper video, he's also done. Yeah, Mark Roper he's also done one. He did one he was the one who did the grenade underwater. Blowing
Oh, really?
Comparing the compression of air to the compression of water and just how much more dangerous basically it is.
Well, yeah, and the only thing that can squish underwater is you.
Yeah, that's it. You are way more water and squishy than you thought until someone throws a grenade in the pool with you, right?
Right.
I would not want to be in a pool with a grenade in it. I would be trying to get away from that.
That'd be horrible. Wait a sec.
I could feel like that would be something that someone would do for torture, like throw grenades in a pool that you're in and just keep like letting you up to breathe.
I feel like that wouldn't be torture. That would just be straight murder.
Yeah.
Because
It'd be just like you'd be dead in a second.
I think if they did it more than once, I think they would just be torturing an already dead corpse.
I mean, like if it's far enough away that they wouldn't just.
Man, this
like,
got grim really fast.
I think the water compression would still kill him.
I think that was the
It would
idea,
have to
though.
be
Like it can destroy the lungs. It can crush bones and things. Like it's so.
Yeah, it would still just kill you.
Someone was saying that transformer is $700.
It is, but it's got 27 servo motors.
That's pretty
Have you
neat.
seen everything it does?
It's insane when it says Autobots attack and it starts doing these moves.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. Have you seen this, Baz? It's an Optimus Prime, like a fully it's basically an autonomous Optimus Prime that transforms from a truck into a robot. Has someone put the link in this stream yet? I'm assuming someone has. What else we got? I wonder what David is working on now. Says Tweety Row. Just Clarice. Yeah, I mean, I've just finished up Clarice, and then I start another show later, which I can tell you all about when I'm allowed to. What do you mean? What am I working on now? I'm here, hanging out.
Right.
Yeah, we're tech banditing. That's what we're doing.
Yeah, he's.
Hey, Baz, do you have any tech stuff? Is there any tech stuff that's come up recently that we you saw? I showed Baz the Elon Musk monkey playing Pong with his mind.
Yes.
You've seen that, right, Gimpy G?
Oh my gosh, have I seen it? I've been drooling all over that page.
I was gonna say, like, you
Oh.
could have get a couple implanted, and then there's your gaming setup.
I'm just telling you, if the monkey could do that, the old Gimpy G gets those. People are going to bow before Zod. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah,
And you get a banana milkshake.
Yeah, you get banana
Right.
milkshakes for each time you get it right. It's true.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Be right
So-
back. I need to restart my computer probably multiple times.
Oh dear.
Aw.
All right. Well, good luck.
I need to. I'm uninstalling Avast. It's because it's not very safe. Because if I want to show you the game, then it will just be like, "Hey, your IP is in the corner."
Yikes.
Oh, it'll get mad at you for trying to share stuff.
No, it will. Even if I'm not sharing stuff, it will like I can just be playing a game, and then it will just decide to have a little pop and say, "Hey, your IP is."
Mine came
Oh
with
my gosh.
some like Norton Defender or something, and it's driving me crazy. I've tried to uninstall it like 4 times, and I keep finding little windows popping up saying like, "Are you sure you want to do that?" Because Norton says it's a bad idea. Was it with Norton or something? I can't remember what it is now. Or maybe
This
it's
one
McAfee.
just-
It's McAfee. That's what it was.
To uninstall this one, all it says is the system will now because it says I think you should run this in Windows Safe mode just so we don't break anything, just in case.
Who is that? The link? What's the one?
So now it's saying save all your work and then you have to restart your computer. So we'll do that right now.
Oh
Be right
wow.
back.
Okay. So that the link to that transformer has been posted by who?
James.
Was it James?
Manker.
James, for some reason, James's name, his tag in Twitch is this bright yellow that I can't see.
Yeah.
Like it's just I can't. So
My goodness. Hearing aids, can't see colors.
don't
Which
even
one of us
start.
is the gimpy one here, buddy?
Gimpy G, you're supposed to be cheering me up. Remember, I'm having a lousy day.
I hear
You
you.
can't start
but
kicking me while I'm down just because I can't see yellow.
I kind of feel physically superior to you. I don't know.
Yeah, dear. It's a bad day for me when Gimpy G is feeling physically superior to me.
Okay. I need James Gurney in on this one. I've come up with something better than handy capable, wheelchair bound. I am now going to call myself an evolutionary pioneer or an
Ooh.
evolution pioneer.
Ooh.
Did you get it? Like, you see?
Yeah.
Like, if you're disabled, you're just trying one of those
Evolutionary
mutations.
pioneer. I like that.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So we could just call you an EP for short.
Exactly.
And then you're like an executive producer as well, which
Nice.
I think that means you just give a lot of money to movies basically. But so evolutionary pioneer, I like that. Well, and then maybe you're the evolutionary pioneer who gets the 2 Neuralink chips.
Oh, I so want that. And I want the banana smoothie straw too.
I'm okay with banana.
Yeah.
Look, I'd like a little tube attached to this microphone that has like a little sippy thing
Every
on it.
time you remember to turn off your stream, you get a little.
I get a little sip
banana.
of I get a sip of banana, or when I remember to turn up the volume or use the right microphone, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, there you go.
I can see Baz
Whenever
turning
you
David.
do anything.
That's it. Well, it's like Baz. He just gets game time, right? What have you been playing today? A lot of Last of Us, right? Not Last of Us, Among Us.
I played 30 minutes of it, but yeah, I'm in a league.
Right.
Mhm.
Oh, I'm in the league. Oh, very good. Okay.
I always play league.
Yeah, I was really debating as to whether I was actually going to be able to pull it together to actually come and do a stream today, because I've just as I say, today's just been, I wanted to talk to Aaron and I screwed up the timing and I had to look after the dog, and it was just because he's a friend of mine who I just haven't spoken to for ages, and I was dying to catch up, and of course it's just, as always, my scheduling abilities are somewhat inept, shall we say, and then And then I was like, okay, that's it. I've done this big long dog walk. Forget it. I'm gonna bail on Tech Bandits. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do Tech Bandits, and I know what's gonna happen is I'm gonna feel better once I've done it. Right? Baz, yeah, I'm usually in a better mood after Tech Bandits, aren't I?
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah. You're usually feeling a little bit more
More cheerful,
jolly.
slightly jollier, maybe.
Kind. The only problem is that usually when Tech Bandit finished, you start getting hungry,
Oh, that's true, and you don't want a hungry dad. That's
and
never
then
a good
you get
sign.
angry.
Angry.
Well, hangry. That's it. Hangry.
Yeah. So I guess maybe in between, like the 30 minutes in between when it's done,
Right.
that's when you're happy. But yeah. Besides that,
30 minutes you didn't have.
It's a
So.
very short period of happiness. That's just that very short time. Actually, Baz has been coming on dog walks with you, which has been kind of great because he's been keeping me up to date on stuff. We've been doing a lot of watching of Magic the Gathering
Magic?
stuff.
oh my god, yeah, it's the best.
I constructed a deck.
You constructed your own deck?
Well, okay. I crafted a deck, borrowing heavily from the online.
Yeah, that's what you're supposed to do, right?
Okay, then yes, that's what I did.
What do we say? Evolution.
Yeah. Yes.
Evolutionary. What did you say? Evolutionary pioneer. That was it. Okay, I'm gonna write
Yep,
it down in the
that's
chat
what I
so I
am.
remember it. Otherwise, I'll forget. Pioneer.
Oh, I
Well, you know,
checked out
people keep
your
saying-
GoFundMe, Gimpy, and I think it's a really cool thing how people are donating to the cause.
What is
Aren't they
which is the
nice?
GoFundMe?
Go ahead.
You go.
Okay, it was just on Twitter. It's part of my, the top of my Twitter page. It's actually what got me going on all this. David, I wasn't gonna do much, and then somebody dropped a really nice donation, and I thought, you know what, I could do this. I can get online, I can stream, and so then I started searching all over Twitter for people that might be able to help me out, and found you, and poof, history.
I
is
did not
made.
know you had a GoFundMe. You suck
Yeah.
at marketing. You're like worse than I am.
Well, I don't know if it's an American thing or if it's a Gimpy G thing.
I thought it was a British
I
thing.
feel horrible. Like, I don't know why getting money.
Yeah.
I need it. I need the equipment. My life is better for it.
Yeah.
And yet I feel like a loser somehow. It's so weird.
I feel exactly the same way. And people will give money for the Tech Bandit stuff, and I still feel like it still makes me feel really, really odd, very weird.
Do the kids feel that way about that stuff? Or is it just us old people now?
Would you guys start your
Getting
own
money?
GoFundMe and just get people to give you money?
I don't need a GoFundMe, so no.
I am your GoFundMe.
What if you needed it, and would you feel guilty?
Yes. No.
Which of those two answers?
Probably. So I was saying yes to the first one. If you needed it, would you start one? And then would you feel bad? It's a no.
Okay, see, that's the healthy thing. That's the mentally healthy way to go about it.
Because if they're donating, then they obviously think it's right. So why would I feel bad about it?
Damn
I know,
it!
right?
Why don't I have that clarity of?
I don't know.
Yeah, you know, we're
I don't
like,
know.
what's happening there? So I've put a link to Gimpy God's Twitter handle there, and then what I'll do is I'll put a link to the GoFundMe as well. Let's do this.
Oh, thanks.
All right, here we go.
In the Discord, I am showing my game, and I also said I would want a GoFundMe. It just depends what it's for.
Good Lord, that's a really, 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 really long link that I just put in there. Why is it so long?
I don't know.
GoFundMe.
Jack of all nerds is thinking about doing a GoFundMe to pay for some car repairs. I mean, this is the funny thing, though, is I feel like if you've got something that people want or want to support, then, I mean, like, I personally would, like, I think what Gimpy God, what you're doing there, it makes absolute sense. I mean, there's just like, there are more expenses to you getting online to do gaming than any of us, basically, right?
Right.
It's just more complicated. And even as an evolutionary gaming pioneer, Then you could be an EGP.
Ooh.
And then, and for me, like I can't. I feel like I don't know. I felt like if money was going to be donated, it just made sense to go to TechBandits rather than myself. Even though, I suppose, in a way, it is going to me because I'm the one who gets to choose where it goes. And that could be anything from TechBandit supplies
right,
to.
because you own TechBandit.
What was that?
Well, you obviously know it's right because you own TechBandit.
Right. So I know what's the best thing for TechBandits. I suppose. Although there, Magic the Gathering cards do show up sometimes, and some Lego figures.
They're
Oh,
not-
by the way, wait a second. We haven't opened a Lego figure in ages. Shouldn't we open a Lego figure?
Hell yeah.
All right, I'm getting one now. Talk amongst yourselves.
I'm streaming my game in the Discord.
All right.
Okay.
But I think we could do game streamings on, I was going to say on Wednesday.
Yeah, on Game Bandits.
This is more Tech Bandits, isn't it?
Yeah.
But you know what? I'll probably run out of things to say soon, and then we'll check it out. All right. So, is it time for the great opening? Dun, dun,
Yes.
dun.
The
There we
great.
go. Let me get my skizzers. Where are you, great skizzers? Okay, here we go. And you got to get the sound too, because the sound is really. Except you know what happens now? I feel guilty. I feel like Candy Medusa guilty because of the plastic. So she's done her job, right? Made me think about this stuff. I just don't know what to. Here we go. Ready? Here we go. We're gonna cut this now. Here we go.
So this is how cool toys are now, David. Just letting you know. I ordered 2 little tiny wheelchairs that I'm gonna put my baby Yodas in.
No, really?
Yeah.
All right.
They've got
Stream
toy
gets the
little
first look.
wheelchairs.
What is
Here it
that?
comes.
I don't know what that is. I don't know what those. There's some parts in there. Okay, let's see what we got. Let me see if I can do this. What is? Hey.
What is this?
It's a little beekeeper.
Oh.
I think. Yeah, let me just have a look here. This.
Or is he a bee enslaver? Think
He's
about it.
Definitely a bee enslaver. Oh my God, this one's great. I bet you. Okay. Hey, Baz, do you want to look it up? See what it's worth? I'll show it to you in a sec. Let me just get it together here. Let me get it together, man. All right, here we go. So little guy goes on there. This little beekeeper head. Here we go. And then I don't know what that is. I guess it's like it's his little. He's got. Oh my God, it's got a little smoker as well. Check this out. It's got one of those little smoky things. It did until I dropped the part. Try it again. Oh, I guess that's not how it sticks together. Does it go like this? It's the other way around. Okay, so I was trying to put it on the wrong way. Okay, so here we go. Here we go. Look at this little guy. How great is that? I think maybe the other camera's better. Hang on a sec. Is that better? Nope, that's not what we want. We want to see the camera. Is that a little better? Look at this little guy.
Let's see here. Oh, nice. He's got to be worth something. He's kind of cool.
Well, because I'm thinking that if you're someone who's into beekeeping, that's got to be worth some money. Baz, can you find out what it's worth, or Vipup? Oh
Do you think I can ask someone else to do it?
Really? Very busy, are you?
Actually, yeah.
Okay. Hey, Vipup, can you look it up? No, because he's playing too. Oh my God,
I can. Mine is pausable.
Mine is unpausable. I'm in a ranked game.
It has a little honeycomb with bees on it.
Beekeeper Lego
Yeah. What is it? Series 21.
Series 21
Yeah.
price.
There you go.
I don't know if this is $7.
That's not bad. They
Huh,
cost
not terrible.
$4.99. That's a pretty
They're-
fast. That's a pretty fast investment.
You have to pre-order them.
Oh, you do? Oh, because they've stopped making them, maybe. That's kind of cool. All right, add them to the group. All right.
I want this to be my new Discord wallpaper, but I need to figure out how to get rid of.
Isn't it Krillin? I thought that was kind of a neat one. My nephew is really into Legos. He would love that. Yeah, I gotta say, I love these little guys. So these little. My decision was to stop spending money on Lego and start spending money on Lego figures instead. And the idea was, I just want people to realize that value, things have a value because you give them a value. That's all. I spent $4.99 on this. So to me, that's 499 pennies spent. That's what it's worth to me. Now, but other people have put other values on it because they go, oh, I have a really hard time trying to find that one, or I don't want to have to buy all these Lego little bags of Lego and not get the one that I want. I just want to buy the one that I want. So, and I do that sort of in reference to like Ethereum or Bitcoin or any of that kind of stuff, because same thing. People have decided what they think that thing's worth and what they're willing to pay for it. And people are like still buying Bitcoin even when it's worth, what is it, $20,000, $30,000 now? I don't even know what Bitcoin's at right now. Oh, it's Medusa. Oh. Hey, Medusa Candy, where are you? I got to head off. Not entirely because of the plastic. I'm sorry, Medusa Candy. But if she's gone, I guess we can catch up by doing another one, right?
Oh, gosh, we got two?
Well, because we didn't do one last time either. Oh, she's not gone yet. Good night, Medusa Candy. Thank you so much for coming. And I'm trying to finish these so I don't have to open any more and put more plastic into play. I shall offer you one of the Bitcoins for all the Legos. Note, Bitcoins might be referring to pieces of pennies. Very good. David Blue's getting in on the action here with the Bitcoins. David, did you ever get into any crypto stuff? Did you ever do any of that crypto stuff? Geez, you're an actor. You're an awful liar. Ruby K, that was out loud. That was an outside voice, just so we know.
Wow.
All right, I'm opening the next one. Here we go. A little more ASMR.
Is Baz still around? Because I've got questions.
I am still here.
Baz, how did it feel when you first saw people like geeking out about your dad? Because I watched a really interesting stream with your dad, and like everybody idolized him there and stuff, and it was so interesting.
I mean, understandably idolized, I think is what you mean, right?
Oh, obvious.
Yeah, I mean, you know. Oh, we've already got this one. I like this one, but we've already got it. Baz, do you find it weird?
No, it's just usually I try to like I think I've adapted to like finding excuses for how my dad has to leave because of it.
What do you mean?
Like okay, I mean like I found ways to like adapt to like I don't know how to say this. To like I'm trying to think.
Or are you trying to play?
No, yeah, I'm trying to think without people thinking this the wrong way.
Okay, that's good.
Like taking it rudely.
I see what you're saying. I kind of had.
I honestly don't know how to say it. I don't mind it, but it's a little weird on like the subway. Like, it's a little weird sometimes. Like, I remember like being like me waiting for my
Oh yeah, that was
me in the hospital.
Yeah, that was odd.
And
oh my gosh.
Yeah.
And I had my broken wrist, and a dude didn't stop talking to my dad when we were in the waiting area.
Yeah, cool. That was kind of weird because I was like trying to hang out with my son, who's getting a cast on, and someone was quite. I mean, I just didn't want to be rude because I. Yeah, no. I
got to watch anime the entire time, so I was completely fine.
I know, but yeah,
it was a little. Yeah. So yeah.
And I
sometimes it's awkward, but it's usually.
And sometimes we just have to sort of extricate ourselves from these things, and that usually works out okay. What's this guy worth? Yeah. So this is the second one of these guys we've got. I think he's an Aztec.
What's Aztec?
Aztec, like an Aztec warrior. It's like the Mexican, basically the Mexican pyramids, right?
Is that okay? Is that what makes what differentiates an Aztec from an Inca?
Oh, I don't know. That's a good question. I don't know. Everything is better with anime. Good point, Jack of all nerds. To get this out of certain situations, was this? I would love to hear weird fan stories. There aren't that many, honestly, Kendra. I mean, there aren't that many.
There are some though. Subway stuff.
David Blue, do you collect Lego as well? I don't really collect. To be fair, I don't collect Lego so much as we used to. we used to buy ridiculous amounts of
I
Lego.
used to be addicted to it. Me
Yeah.
and my mom.
I wonder how
Well,
much.
actually, mainly my mom used to be addicted to it.
Lou Diamond Phillips once got recognized
Lego!
while getting searched at Homeland Security. Like, this is not the time. Wow. I think the weirdest one for me was I was trying to
Oh
get.
my god, tea!
What?
Yes, sir.
What was that?
What?
Did he just fall off his chair or something? What happened there?
Oh, my Lego it's cost $26.
26. This is $26?
No, one that I have,
Oh.
and its value new is $50, and it was 1 year ago. I swear I've had this for 2 years.
Huh.
No, this was in 2013. So just for the minifigs,
Yeah.
it's $29.
All right, I'm going to do this. I'm looking for
But it's
the
already been used. Crap.
figure. I think it was an Aztec warrior. Yeah, I think it was the Aztec warrior. No, that's a different one. Oh, that's a Series 7. Ah. So the Series 7 Aztec warrior is, I don't even know how much it is. Does it have? It's currently unavailable. There you go. Let me see if it's got any other ones in here. Oh, there you go. Series 21. 1081. There you go. Still, that's double what I paid for it, basically. So that's not bad at all. That's not bad at all.
Can I tell you something about stocks?
About stocks. Tell me. Is it stuff that's going to make me money?
I don't know, but my dad bought AMC stock, and today in the mail we got a stockholder thing.
Yeah. Bought AMC stocks. Really?
It wasn't too much, though, I don't think. It was just like a few.
So one of the theater chains has just gone under. ArcLight, I believe, wasn't it? I think the ArcLight theaters have just gone under. But why on earth was he buying movie theaters? Because he's thinking they're gonna come back and they'll be worth more.
Do you remember when GameStop went crazy?
Yeah. Well, so did AMC. AMC did as well.
I'm sure it was because.
Oh no!
Please don't forget.
I think he wanted it for like the long shot because like after COVID, like nearly. I'm not saying it's gonna go away like that, but I'm just saying when it starts to head out,
right?
They're gonna rise a lot because they're coming back.
Wait, what's gonna start rising if COVID ends?
Movie theaters.
Movie
and all
theaters.
That. Like,
so AMC. Well, that's interesting.
Oh,
okay, so
yeah, I agree.
No, I do too. AMC theaters. Let's look at the stock price right now. I'm curious to see. Okay, so right now it's worth $8.84 a share. It's up 21 cents or 2.43%.
I wouldn't buy it right now, but it'll just go down if you do buy. Wait, if you do buy stocks in like theater, but I'd buy it like maybe a little.
Well, it's
once
depending on when
no.
It hit sort of rock bottom in January. It went down to like $2.14. It's now, so if you'd bought it in January, okay, if you'd gone, okay, the pandemic's hit, I'm buying the stock at $2.14, it would now be worth $8.84. Right? That is a pretty good return. Wouldn't you say?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, that's triple.
When did your dad buy the stocks?
Recently.
Okay, so there's still, so even if you bought them today,
it went up recently when like GameStop stocks went up.
Oh, that. Right.
He bought it around that time. It's because that's when everybody was like, "Ooh, stocks are a thing."
Oh, I do like. It was because of that. It was because of that thing we were talking about on Reddit, right? It was what was it called? The Wall Street Bets subreddit.
Yeah, I didn't even know stocks. I thought stocks were like you had to be very rich and have like $1 million to get even one stock.
It used to be more difficult for most people, but it's become sort of an easier process now because of the internet. People can get on and you could set up an account for very little, with very little fuss now. I think that makes, that makes a lot difference. And there's also there's a couple of companies called, is it Robinhood down in the States that everyone uses? Gimpy G, do you have any stocks?
My nephew and I did the AMC thing. It was just a kind of a learning experience,
Mm-hmm.
And my
But you
niece,
bought a bit of AMC.
very little.
Right. Right.
And then it went under completely from where we got it, right?
Right.
And so I offered to absolve her of being, because she wanted in for half,
Right.
but she wanted to go ahead and suffer the consequences.
Well, that's good,
And-
though, because at least she didn't. I mean,
Yeah.
Otherwise, she's not learning much of a lesson from it, is she?
Right. And then we got some $10 worth of Dogecoins, which is
Yeah, that's the real stonks.
that's
Seriously, you bought Doge coins?
I
Bought them? I think Barnacle gave me some. What are they worth?
don't know.
You were given Dogecoin and you didn't tell me?
I did tell you. You just don't listen to anything I say unless it says you're allowed to game now.
Or magic.
Or
Anything
magic.
to do
That's
with
true.
magic.
Yeah, it's
Or
true.
breakfast.
Or
Or food.
breakfast food. Well, no, even food's difficult sometimes. Okay, so Doge coins. Do I have
sleep.
Doge coins here?
Sleeping.
Oh, I don't have them on this account. It's on the other account. But Doge coins are they? Oops. Oh, it just tried to sell me some Litecoin. Apparently, that's not something that I'm. Yeah. Okay. Doge. I can't see what Doge is worth here. It's possible Doge doesn't actually trade on this one. I have another account. I have a couple of accounts here, and I can't remember what. I can't remember what I'm using for what. Amazing.
Barnacles was giving out a lot of Dogecoin. I thought he was giving 200 to just random viewers.
Oh, that's right. He did that. That's right. I do remember that. I think I tried to get in on that, and then I failed.
He did give you some.
And then he
I
gave
was
me some
watching
anyways.
my-
Yeah.
I was watching my dad watch Barnacles, which
Oh,
is
yeah.
actually how I found out about TechBandits.
No, seriously?
Mm-hmm.
That's really.
I was watching my dad, and then my dad sent an email, and he didn't see it. Decided, well, I've already been noticed in chat
Right.
because my dad didn't talk in chat.
Right.
So then I said, why not send an email? So I sent the email saying my name and everything, and where you can contact me and all that.
Right. And that was because of. I didn't realize it was because of that. Well, good. And another reason to thank Barnacles. I've just been really enjoying hanging out with Barnacles and Auxiliary on our tech talks. There you go. That's the one I want. Okay, so I need this one. Oh, but it's going to give me a new one now. Okay, all right. So 9. Oops, I guess I shouldn't be saying it out loud, should I? Never say your password out loud online. Generally a bad idea.
Okay. I'm going to mark that down.
Oops, I'm going to get an email now. Okay.
Really?
Jesus.
Who would have thought, honestly?
I know.
had
It's
no
weird that I
idea.
have to say that. I mean, most people you'd think would know these things.
Okay,
Mhm.
I just wrote that down. I will try to make sure I don't say that.
Okay, thank you. Oh,
Well, hey, we are doing okay on Doge.
we
That's
are
a
doing
good
okay.
point.
Is Doge doing
0.05.
okay?
It looks like, if Krillin's correct.
Really?
Apparently, someone got $48,000 from Doge.
No.
They bought 1 million stocks when it was a cent.
Dogecoin die? I mean, Doge die?
What
Can't
is Doge
remember.
the dog?
Yeah, Doge the dog. Did he die?
I
But let's say no.
Yeah, let's say
Oh,
no.
yeah,
It's
sorry,
living
sorry.
on.
Sorry,
I
I feel like I've heard so many Grumpy Cat and people who funny animals that died.
Wait, you
and
thought
I'm
because
thinking-
Grumpy Cat died that he brought Dogecoin? He brought Dogecoin and the Doge doggy down with him?
No, I was just thinking
Memes
Sorry.
die in threes. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, is that what happens? There you go.
Yep,
All right, let me see what
memes
I've got.
die in
Holdings. Here are my holdings. I'm looking at my holdings now. What have I got? I've got
don't
Dogecoin.
think-
Oh my God, it's up 31%.
threes. See?
Dad, we gotta buy some Dogecoin.
Oh my God.
No, we shouldn't.
want to buy some Dogecoin, but I can't.
forget this Tech Bandits thing. I'm just going to go. I'm going to the Bahamas. You know how much money I've got in Dogecoin?
No,
I-
don't say. Don't say.
Don't say.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I've got over 1,800 pennies. I got $18.33 in Dogecoin.
Wow.
Isn't that amazing? And that's up
That's
31%. So imagine how little I had before.
That's incredible. You had like 12 months.
Yeah, that is some
Before.
serious money. How is that library one doing? Remember that?
I'm
Because
sure really well.
I'm kind of interested in the library one too, to be honest.
Okay, I have a little bit of a thing happened.
Oh, what's happened?
I was typing to help Elsa, and of course I fumbled the stick. I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
And so I'm unable to talk to her, and she's trying really hard to get in.
Is she not able to? Is she not? Because I added her to the. I thought I added her to the.
She said she got an invite or something, clicked on it, and then that's where I fumbled the stick. So we'll have to see where she's at.
Okay, I'm looking. I'm looking now. I'm looking. I don't.
I'm gonna have to do some drills, some stick drills, like where people come by and try to whack the stick out of my mouth.
Right.
That just like football.
I'm going to invite to. I think. Well, I can invite again. So Tech Bandits server. So I'm going to invite again to there. See if that works, and then we'll see if we can drag her in. All right.
Who's here?
We got Elsa in here?
I was watching Welcome, and Elsa joined.
Oh, very good. I don't see her in the list. You see her in the list? Or does she need
She joined already.
Okay.
Yay.
She hasn't joined the call, but she's in the server.
Okay, she
I
doesn't know how to do that.
see. Okay. All right. Well,
So you go to the very bottom, Elsa.
Yeah, you scroll to the very bottom.
she's now got an
Right.
invite to the actual voice chatty server now. This is very exciting. Another
I'm
Tech
excited.
Bandit. In fact, I just got an email about a couple more Tech Bandits as well. So,
We're growing in
hey, has anyone
population by the day.
Did anyone get in touch with Kat? Hey, Baz, could you let Kat know we're chatting too? Although Cal would probably let her know too. Although I told Cal I probably wasn't going to stream today because I just couldn't be bothered. I was just having too bad a day, and then it turns out that Cal was actually having a worse day. So I thought, well, you know what, Cal's having a worse day, so I can if Cal can keep doing what she does, then I figure I can probably do what I'm doing. Oh wow, I know why she's having such a bad day because she's just finished watching all of The Mandalorian.
Why would that be a bad day?
Yeah.
I do not know how to make a fire. I am having very much
You could
I'm
try
trying
rubbing
to-
2 sticks together.
I rubbed one stick against another stick, and now I'm trying to get meat, and now I'm doing the fire dance around it, and nothing's happening.
Right. Oh, wait a second. Do I need to change her? Maybe I need to change her roles. Is that possible?
Something like that. Yeah.
I got it.
I done it. I
Permissions.
done it already. I think I've done it already. I think you should
Nice,
be able to
good
get
job.
in now.
You did it, Dad.
That's great, James.
Did I get it right?
You did something that involves tech.
Why do you find that surprising that I would actually be able to do something that involves text?
Because you don't understand how to use your microphone sometimes.
Well, I don't. All this communication stuff. I'm not big. I don't like to actually, generally talk to people. So all this communication technology. I was wondering. Okay, so this is a question for yous all. So we've got Discord. I guess is Discord a good place though to organize thoughts about what we can talk about on Tech Bandits? Like I thought. Here, let me give you this as a vision. Okay, so my vision is that we have a place that people can post things that they find interesting, and I can look through them, and then they're basically doing my homework for me because they can find cool things for me to look at that I can bring up in Tech Bandits and discuss or do some more research on. And then we would be able to sort of like categorize them, almost like a bulletin board system of some sort. But like, is that Slack? Can you do that in Discord? What do you like? What's the best sort of?
Seen that.
Yeah.
I've seen plenty of streamers that do that. We also have somebody in chat right now who has incredibly good taste. KMC Cabe.
Oh
He's
yeah.
like, oh snap, Gimpy's on, yay! So
Okay, someone's got to keep Gimpy out of the chat. That's yeah.
yeah, but so they do run it. It's a political streamers always do this. There's like a under general, it's like show ideas, and then they put all the little links to tech, or
Oh,
for
okay.
us it would be tech and all that in there, and
So
then we can sift through those.
So on Iron Ham's channel, oh my God, there's so many channels now. This is crazy. Wow.
You can get channel bloat. Yeah.
Okay, so
I just want to say I am in like many different Discord servers, and I am like in like a pretty high rank in some of them.
I didn't.
So, like,
wait a sec. How do the ranks work?
Like, do you know how Cal's a moderator?
Right.
I am one of those in a Discord server.
No
Oh,
way.
nice.
They give you a quota?
Wow.
You mod?
Yeah.
That's a lot of. Really?
There is no.
Wow.
Is it a big server? Because that's a big job.
Hey, they've got a new thing called Stage Channel.
It's a decently small server, but because I don't have 2FA, I can't do any moderation stuff anymore. And I don't want to get 2FA because then I need a phone.
Tech Bandits show.
Oh.
Oh, does it have to have? Okay, I just call it show ideas.
Yeah,
show
Yeah,
ideas.
there you go.
What I was gonna say.
Yeah, I don't have to put Tech Bandits in there, but this is because it's an Iron Ham server, though, right? Here we go. Do this.
No. I'm gonna change the name to like Tech Bandit server just because it's all like.
Banditry.
It used to be called the Iron Ham
show
server
ideas.
because like it was both. It was like.
Tech Bandits show ideas. Done. I think I've just created that channel. There you go.
Nice.
I am doing some things that I learned from Bear Grylls to keep warm. Put a rock on a fire, and then it will get warm, and then you can sleep.
Wait a second, you're
with the
using
rock.
Bear Grylls skills to survive in a video game.
Yes.
He would be so
Video
proud.
game.
He'd be so proud that his knowledge was being put into practical use, I'm sure.
I'm putting my stone knife on a fire, and then I'm going to sleep with it, and I already have named it.
You know, James, the reason why I was thinking about using something other than Discords was just that the Discord doesn't seem set up for collaboration. I mean, it's good for communication, but I'm not sure it's very good at organizing that stuff. Oh, great. Wait a second. Hang on. So I've just set up a channel called, this is why I'm looking for other things, James, because it says, welcome to Tech Bandits, show ideas. And the first posting is first. Next one is second. Next one is to business then. And then the fourth one is LOL. That's why I wonder if maybe there's a tool that could actually be used to. Oh my God, Ruby K! You ticked off Ruby K already. Wow. But you see what I mean? Like I feel like, is there not I don't know, maybe this, like, you can't stop people from writing things, which I'm like, I want people to have fun, of course.
What is it? What's happening?
Okay. Ank is saying, if he's going to read out what we type here, this should be fun. Okay, I'm going to stop. I'm stopping because this is not the whole, this is the whole point. Watch it.
Yeah.
Ruby K is gonna bounce you so fast.
I'll be right back.
Will you?
I'm gonna grab some. I'm gonna see if the tea's ready.
Are you gonna grab some tea and bring Mom and I a cup of tea?
I can't bring you one, and yeah, I can. Yeah, we're gonna have to meet halfway.
Why?
I don't want to be on camera.
So put it in the other room, and I'll come and get it then. How's that?
Just slide it.
You know, they
under
know
the
what you
door.
look like, right? You know that.
Yes, the meat finally cooks.
Bear Grylls over here is surviving beautifully. All right, okay, so I'm in the Welcome Tech Bandits show ideas right now. What do we got? Someone give me some ideas. Let's see are there any specific things in the news right now that's kind of fun to talk about? Gimpy G, do you have something?
Okay, well, okay. I would like to look more into the monkey and where the what's that chip called? Neuralink.
Yep.
So, I mean, if we could look more into it, do we do research there, or do we just kind of fart around?
Yeah, I mean, both really. I mean, so I watched the original Neuralink video, and where he showed off sort of what the pig was doing and stuff like that. So basically, what they were able to do is they are they're at the point here now where they've got like thousands of little sensors or the ability to sense thousands of different little neurons going off. So when the pigs moved, they could map the signals coming out of the pig's brain to the movement. So they could tell how the pig was standing based on the signals that the computer was getting.
And then I don't know if this is I feel like it would be appropriate, but I'd ask you first. Have you ever seen the guy? His name's Cody something, and he like lets a bullet ant or a giant wasp. Oh
God, yes. What's his name? He's Cody something.
Cody Peter? No, Cody Peter.
Cody Baz knows him. Baz used to watch him. Actually, no. You know what, Wolf Pup? You know him.
I know who.
Oh, who's that guy who gets bitten by things? Oh, Baz, he's right here. Oh. Cody Peterson. It was Cody Peterson, right, Baz?
Where he purposely gets himself.
So much.
Where he purposely gets himself
look at
bit.
That is a build.
Yeah, by like or stung by like a fire ant or a bullet ant or
Coyote Peterson. Coyote Peterson.
I was talking about a guy who purposely gets himself bit by snakes.
Oh yeah, no, this guy does everything. I don't understand why he would do that.
Okay, well,
he's bored.
See, on the science idea, I'd love to know, like, what are these things that are being injected? And then, two, I've even seen some sort of beetle that mixes two different chemicals together, and it blows up. It like makes a pop, like a little tiny firecracker.
Really?
And the evolutionary mechanism to mix two different components that by themselves are relatively inert, but when you mix them, makes something that you want. That is amazing to me.
That is
like,
pretty
how
neat.
What's the intermediary? Go ahead, James. Explain that all to us.
How do you get to that point? That is interesting.
Correct.
Hey, go back to the Neuralink for a second though. So
okay, yeah.
If you were like, we've talked about this with you before, where you can get a signal to your muscles. They're just not moving when they gets there, right?
Right.
So this would, you could be a monkey playing Pong too, in that.
Definitely.
So you would do the movements in your head. The system would then, when it sees certain patterns of movement, again, they have incredibly, I'm assuming incredibly fast and incredibly, well, it actually wouldn't even have to be that fast now you think about it. Once you've analyzed enough signals, you would be able to very, very quickly come up with an algorithm that would tell you that these various things had moved, and that means you were trying to do this.
Oh, sure. And I would think most of the lag would be on the human side, not necessarily on the processing, maybe. But I'd get two arms hooked to my wheelchair immediately.
Yeah.
Like some kind of, they wouldn't have to have 5 fingers, just like 3 would be cool.
Right.
But very dexterous, that'd be neat. And then what else would I do? Ooh. I'd want a car, like a Tesla, that I could drive with my brain.
Oh, that would be cool.
Oh, yeah. And my wheelchair, too. So I would, like, tootle out to the car. Right. And I'd be, hey, everybody, I'm taking off. And then I'd be getting in the car and driving all over the place.
That would be very cool. I mean, it seems like it should be easy now that we have those kind of implants available, right? I mean, even just to start, the idea of being able to trigger your gaming buttons and stuff, right?
Right. Yeah. I'm just like, I've got like this idea of the like near future that perhaps I would have some autonomy.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like that far away.
Of. Right.
I'd be curious to know how expensive it is.
Well, I'm sure it's just ungodly, but Elon Musk has got money to burn.
Well, that's it. So if he's looking for people to test it out, then Gimpy G's your man.
I've even been nice to him lately, just in case.
Oh, have you?
Clear.
That's smart. So less mocking of his tweets and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Good idea.
That whole hypertube loop thing really got me because I was like, oh, every time we go to the bank here in this small town, there's a pneumatic tube that sucks up your checks. So I don't know where he got that idea for the Hyperloop.
I just, for me, it's the stock manipulation.
Yes.
That
there's a lot of
I
them,
can't
yeah.
believe it's like, I don't even know if is it, I guess he thinks the world is a simulation, so it's all just a game to him anyways, right? And when you've got that much money, I think everything is a game, really.
Do you think people are broken by being born rich unless their parents are really cognizant of like making sure they understand that there's a tremendous amount of fortune?
What do you mean by broken?
I mean broken like where you don't quite fit with society or where you don't understand that you aren't awesome by yourself. You are the tip of a spear that's been built over, generations. You're not on top because you're cool. You're on top because the people before you kind of put you there. Yeah. Like that. Like, I don't know. Does that make sense to everybody?
Well, like royalty.
Yeah.
I mean, or the sons and daughters of billionaires and stuff.
Correct. That's what I'm saying. And that's where Elon started out very rich.
Did he start out very rich?
Yeah. His dad's had something to do with diamond mines in South Africa.
Oh no, seriously?
So blood diamonds and stuff.
Oh God, okay. No, really?
Well, we can look.
I didn't know. No, that's. I mean, I'm sure it's possible. I mean, I feel like money would eventually become the weird thing about money is I feel like you could as easily spend $10 as $10,000. You know what I mean? Or I'm assuming once you get to a certain level, $10 million.
Right.
Or $100 million. I mean, if you're dealing in the billions of dollars, things must seem completely meaningless to you. Jane said to me the other day, and I was sort of flabbergasted by this, that, Elon Musk had to give away half of his fortune when his wife and him split up. And he's still the richest man on the planet.
Yeah, didn't Bezos do that as well?
Oh, is it Bezos? I mean Bezos. I'm so sorry. I mean Bezos. That's right. Yeah,
I think that was Bezos.
Yeah, it was Bezos. I'm sorry. I get them confused.
Also, hey, Katie couldn't come on today, so.
Oh, she couldn't. Yeah. Okay, fine. I just wanted to make sure she knew that that she was welcome to join us. Hey, James Gurney will like the fact that I have joined the Tailspire Discord server, so I can learn about Tailspire. Oh, no, it's a gaming thing. I'll talk about it later. I'll talk about the gaming stuff either tomorrow or Thursday, whatever ends up working out there. So Randy the Magic Man has a good topic to talk about, which probably not today, but that we should probably do a show about, and that's memory, because that's a really interesting, like how our brain works and how our brain remembers things. And he had a few pointers that I thought were kind of cool. So at some point we'll have to get Randy the Magic Man back to talk about that. And Candy Medusa has offered to come back to do some art stuff too, like how you can make art out of, how you can make art and a statement out of things like, recycled things that aren't recycled and stuff. Elsa, welcome, Elsa. Welcome to the voice chat, Elsa.
She probably. Why, hello there.
Hi.
Welcome indeed. So was it? Did I do something wrong? Did we get it right? Did you got in there okay?
Yeah, I think so.
I think so too. Well, I'm so happy you could join us. Do you have any tech stories that you wanted to talk about today? Any tech stuff that came up?
I don't know.
I don't want to put you on the spot. I just thought maybe there was some things that jumped out at you as interesting this week. I am so unprepared. Normally, I would have like at least a few things that we could talk about. But as I say, I was thinking about playing hooky today. I was thinking about going like, I'm too sick. I can't do it. But look at this. We're like an hour and a half in, and I'm feeling better already. Also, where is not specifically, but where is home for you?
I live in Sweden, but what do you mean?
An island in Sweden. Oh, how cool is that? What is okay, Elsa? Tell me the coolest thing about living in Sweden.
Oh my god, that's a so hard question. I don't
Because there's
know.
too many, or because there's too few?
I think the nature in Sweden is very beautiful.
What kind of nature do you
but-
have there?
Where I live, it's pretty much forest.
Oh, cool.
So,
Do you have bears?
yeah, I think so.
Everyone's always scared of Canadian bears for some reason. So I like to. Okay, so you've got forest. So you live in a forest, Elsa?
No, but next to a forest.
How nice is that? I live.
But sometimes it's come like scary sounds from the forest, and I'm like, oh my god.
Really? I think
Yeah.
I think I would find. You know what? I've seen so many. I shouldn't say this, but I've seen too many horror movies. So I feel like yeah. I think forests could be, but well, forests and anything at night scares me now.
Yeah.
So, but there's nothing dangerous in the forest. It just makes weird noises every so often.
Yeah, no, I don't think so.
Right. Okay.
Much like David's stomach.
Yeah,
Go
my
ahead.
stomach. In fact, my stomach's making some pretty scary noises right now. Anyways,
I didn't want to say anything.
I made
But I did.
lunch, and I don't know that I've done a very good job with the. I've got it because my wife is making a movie now, so she's not around to do all the house stuff that she's normally
That
really
is
good
so
at.
Cool.
She normally likes doing things like making lunches and stuff. Like she's good at it. She likes it. I suck at it and would rather order things. But I've been trying to sort of pick up the slack. And yeah, Baz has some stories about perhaps some odd choices with mac and cheese and stuff.
He made tomato mac and cheese.
I added tomatoes to mac and cheese, and
Who puts
wow.
tomatoes?
I thought it was
Cherry
delicious.
tomatoes.
I thought it was
Who puts-
delicious.
Tomatoes in mac and cheese.
I do.
That's
Oh.
illegal. I just want to say that is a war crime.
No, Gimpy.
Not good tasting. It's incredibly not good.
Hey, Gimpy G, come on. Like
What?
it would be pan fried
Don't
tomatoes.
side with him.
Pan fried tomatoes, and then you mix it in with a mac and cheese with a little bit of frozen peas. It's so good.
Yeah, I'm like, okay. I could
No.
see the tomato on the side to cut like
It
through the
was
fattiness
in it.
of the mac.
It was in the mac and cheese. Like it
Yeah.
was cooked with. It tasted like mac and cheese, but the cheese tasted like
Here's the great
weird
thing, though, is
tomatoes.
I can just mute everybody, and then I'm the only voice that
Uh,
talks here, right? Isn't that generally how this works?
Nope.
Okay, Elsa, I got
Sure,
another
sure.
question for you.
Yes, go ahead.
Is there any specific, like, we're famous for our something called poutine, which is French fries with gravy and cheese, and we're also famous for back bacon, which is just like a salty kind of bacon stuff, and maple syrup. What is Sweden? What is Sweden's sort of foods, and what are they famous for?
I think it will be like meatballs.
Oh, of
Oh,
course,
Yes.
they're the best if they come from IKEA.
The best.
Yeah.
Wait a second, IKEA's Swedish.
Exactly. She lives in an IKEA on an island.
Does everyone have IKEA all the time there?
Yeah.
No, not really, but I actually live pretty close to an IKEA.
Now, is IKEA named after anything?
I don't know.
It's not like a town or a person or something.
No, I don't think so, but I don't
Is
know.
it a non? It's. I just saw this on Jeopardy. Some word for put together. Is that it? No, I can't remember.
A word made up of other words, if that
Well,
makes
no, like some root, like it means to put together, but maybe. That was an
Oh,
acronym. Okay, good.
Swedish Fish.
Oh, aren't those gummy bears?
They are great.
I don't like fish.
You don't like this? You don't the candies?
Fish.
They're the
No, I don't like them.
really. We call them Swedish Fish, and I love them because they remind me of Jelly Babies, which I also really like a lot. And
I
that's
love jelly babies,
'cause of
but I
Doctor
don't
Who.
like Swedish fish.
Remember we used to just bite the heads off Jelly Babies, Baz?
I
Okay,
love jelly babies, but I
Yeah.
don't like Swedish fish.
Really?
this is the scientist in me and my family. I'll have the kids bite the heads off the teddy bears and then switch the heads so that we have or arms, so we have Franken teddy bears.
Frank and
Franken
Teddy
gummy
Bears, I
bears.
like that.
Yeah,
Um,
it's a thing we do.
that's very cool. All right, so we got to find out some more about Elsa now. Okay, so Elsa,
Yes.
what other things? So
subjects?
what? Okay, so what other things are you interested in? So I know other like when I'm looking for news stuff, what I can look for that you might find interesting. What like okay, I got a perfect example. Like what do you play any video games?
Ooh,
I play just like Fortnite and Minecraft, but I don't know. Maybe I should try something new.
Well, Ironham's the guy to talk to about that because he's always or actually I should say or I don't even know how to say his name anymore because he keeps changing it. I would say five.
It's it's like a weird way of saying hot.
Hot. Okay, so hot. So the little Chihuahua with glasses on, that he also has a lot of good suggestions on games. And I have a suggestion for a game which we're going to talk about next time we get together, which is kind of interesting because one of the actors that I worked with on Clarice owns a part of a company that has started a new game. And I was really interested in talking to him about what he's doing with this game. So I'm hoping I'm going to have a look and see if I can't get like a beta test automatically online just by logging in, I might see if I can bug him and say, hey, do you think you could let the Tech Bandits try out a few of those? Because that might be kind of fun to have like a new game that no one's tried really, or not many people have tried.
well, I think it would be awesome.
Well, there you go. So you and me, Gimpy G, we'll be doing
There
it
you
together.
go.
Yeah.
Do we know what types of games he's trying to
Yeah.
create, like MMO, or what are we doing?
No, these are they're like I almost don't
It's
want to.
cudlets, right?
It's might be.
Or-
yes, yes, it is. Yeah, I'm not sure what he wants shared or not, but
Okay.
but obviously he wants the game to get out there. But I think the idea is that it's almost Minecraft like in that I think there's things you can customize. But what I like about it is it's also tied to a crypto thing, so the in-game skins are actually worth real. I guess eventually it could be worth real money. So you could sell your skins and get like real money in exchange for it. Like, cause you can't, so like Elsa, when you're playing Fortnite or something,
Fortnite.
do you buy skins for it?
No, not really, but you get when you get V-Bucks when you level up.
You've
I
earned
just
them.
like, yeah.
Right. Because Baz is sort of into the skins now more than he was. I am tempted to spend some money on Magic the Gathering. Oh, Elsa, you haven't played Magic the Gathering yet either, have you?
I have just played on PC, but not in real life.
Well, it's too bad because of this whole pandemic thing that it's that much more difficult. See, now we have a reason to go to. We should do like Tech Bandits in Sweden now. We'll all have to go to. We'll have to do like a world trip to Sweden so we can do a Tech Bandits there by the forest and listen for weird noises. But I've forgotten the point I was making. It was something really important, I'm sure. Tech Bandits, Fortnite, Magic the Gathering, right? So Magic the Gathering, the game itself, like the game in the real world, is very similar to what it's like on on the computer. But of course, you just don't have that back and forth of like chatting with people. What I've been doing is I've been playing. Well, I played once basically, but with Gimpy G, and it's kind of fun because we can be chatting on Discord and then playing the game together, and we can sort of walk each other through what we're doing. Like for example, I'll be helping Gimpy G out, and Gimpy G will be saying things like, "You're a loser, and you're gonna die, and I'm gonna throw everything I've got at you," that kind of stuff, right?
Like David's like, I'm innocent and I shall be the bigger man. And I'm
Of
like,
course, I'm going to take the high road.
die.
Yeah, I'm going to take the high road every time. So, Elsa, what about technology stuff? What is your like? Do you like?
Yeah.
Are you a science fan? Are you an art fan? Are you a what kind of stuff do you like? What interests you?
Mathematics.
I like I think I like math and science, but actually I don't like art that much.
Really?
'cause,
I love this girl.
You go. You're Gimpy G's your best friend now. That's it. Okay, so math and science, but not really art.
No.
Okay, so what would you? So what kind of stuff? What about what in science and math do you like? What's the sort of stuff that gets you excited about things?
I like math when you're like solving problems and you're trying really hard to solve the problem, and when you finally do it, you get really happy.
That sounds like Baz. Baz is the same. Baz, you're the same way with math, aren't you? You like the puzzle problems, or generally he likes the puzzle problems. Right now, his puzzle problem is how to unmute.
I like algebra and
I like algebra too. Algebra's a bit like solving crimes, I think.
Yeah.
All right. So, what about the science stuff? What are you? Astronomy, biology. What do you like?
I like biology, I think.
Yeah. Have you looked at any biohacking stuff?
No.
Ooh, like CRISPR, you mean?
Oh yeah, yeah. Because there's kits
We need
now.
a CRISPR.
There's kits. You could do it at home. I mean, I probably couldn't do it at home. I tried to make mushrooms, and I got some contamination in there, and I don't know what I've grown, but it ain't mushrooms.
Yeah.
So Elsa, what have you heard of this CRISPR thing, Elsa?
No, I don't think so.
It's this tool we have, which is basically like a pair. It's like a chemical pair of scissors that can go in and cut out a piece of your DNA and replace it with a different piece of DNA. And we can choose what part of the DNA we want to change. So it's incredibly powerful, but also a little bit scary because we're not entirely sure what does what, right?
Yeah.
Sorry, carry on, Elsa.
No. Continue.
I don't mean to put you on the spot. I'm just curious to know what sort of stuff you're interested in, so that I know I know to go to Elsa when we've got math mysteries. I go to Elsa for this stuff, and biology stuff as well, which is just kind of new. Oh my God, I saw the coolest video that James Gurney sent me on Ari, which is it shows proteins walking along little tubes in our body. So it is literally looks like a cartoon character walking along like this. Like this is, I don't know if you've ever seen them, Gimpy G. They're like, they latch.
I have not, but it sounds awesome.
Yeah, they latch on and drag these larger proteins behind them. But they're like little walking motors, and they stick.
So nanobots are real.
They're already here. This is this is something that Baz is quite interested in, the idea of like little nano docs, as he calls them.
That's an awesome thing, yeah.
In fact, his science project was about he had to do a business plan, and his business plan was for a company that made these things called nano docs that would zoom around I should let him tell you about it, but to basically zoom around the body, doing things like eating cancer or fixing things that aren't working properly and that kind of stuff. Elsa, do you mind sharing with us how old you are? Or do you have grades there?
I'm 13 and turning 14 in May.
Perfect. Okay. All right. Great. It's just good to know roughly sort of where you are. So 13, 14. So that's literally Baz's grade as well then. So you would be, what, do you guys have grades in Sweden, or are you using the forms and stuff?
Yes, we have grades.
You have oh, so great. So what grade are you in there?
I'm in grade 7.
Grade 7. Right. Okay. Baz, you're in grade.
And she's doing algebra.
I
Fantastic.
know. Seriously. Like, I don't think I did algebra. I don't like algebra's kind of advanced stuff. Elsa, do you like school?
Yeah, I like school.
Wow. Okay. So that makes one difference from everyone else. No, I think so there's a couple other people I think who like school as well, but you like school, you do well in school. Do you have any, like, what are there plans in the future? Like, what are you thinking? Like, when you think about what I'm going to be when I grow up, what are you thinking of? Like, what do you, like, when you finally, when you're finally 16 years old and you're moving out of the house and you're getting a job, what are you thinking of doing?
Oh, that's a really hard question. I don't really know because I don't actually have any future plans. I would just go with the flow.
Oh, that's good. That's very good. I asked because when I was probably around 13 or 14, that's when I sort of realized that you could be an actor for a living. And I was like, oh my God, that's like got to be the easiest job in the world. And so I was quite interested in acting. And I really liked, if people were to ask me what science I liked, I really liked the science of filmmaking. Like, I loved the whole idea of, like, the way they made, like, old film work or digital. And then when I went to video, I was really excited about digital video and then visual effects.
I don't like science.
What was that?
Sorry, nothing.
You saying I didn't like science, or you don't like science?
No, I don't like science.
The weird thing is, I didn't like science in school, but I loved science in the real world. And I think you're pretty similar, Baz.
I'm just going to say,
you're pretty similar.
If he doesn't like science, that is a teacher problem.
Ha.
Because I know he's curious. I know he's all these things. It's a presentation problem.
Yeah, I think that is a big part of it. I think it's also a curriculum problem as well. I think the curriculum is so old at this point that it's. Oh my God! I got to do some shout outs. I'm so sorry. See, if Cal was here, she'd be bothering me now. I think Ruby K's probably already tried. I need to say thank you so much to the Reverse Pro Gamer who subscribed at tier 1. Thank you very, very much. Have I missed anyone else? I'm going to scroll all the way up and see if I've missed anybody. Sorry, Elsa. I got to say thank you because people are, like, subscribing, probably because you've joined us. That's what I'm guessing. All right. No, that was it. Okay, good. So I'm all caught up, I think. I think I'm all caught up.
Did you know, David, this is a science thing.
Okay.
That if people connect their Amazon Prime to Twitch, they can give the stream, like, a free Twitch.
It's amazing.
Every month.
We get a lot of people on Prime that way.
That's science.
Yeah. That's science. That's a science of money. Science as a school subject can be a bit overwhelming or underwhelming, Randy the Magic Man. That's part of my problem. Okay. Now I got a question for Elsa. This is a way more fun question. What is your most hated class in school?
Ooh.
I don't like Swedish.
You don't like, what is it? What was it?
Like English. Swedish.
Swedish?
Oh, Swedish. Like learning, like, the Swedish language?
Yeah. Like the grammar and.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, me too.
Every
my
time
gosh.
she talks, I like her more.
I never liked grammar because I've never understood why we need to talk about grammar unless it's something that's what we want to do. But at least I had the best teacher I had for doing that stuff, for doing Swedish, as you would say, was a guy who used to make up these horror stories for each of the sentences that we had to look at. Were always, like, the most horrific stories about deadly assassin Easter bunnies and things like that. And we loved doing it because he would give us these great stories, and he'd always, like, put one of us in the story. So it'd be like, David was decapitated by the Easter bunny killer. And then he would, like, mistakenly put a your instead of your or something like that. And you'd have to find the problem with it. So that was always a smart way of teaching. But if you don't have a teacher like that, it can be pretty grim.
I just want to say, if there was a teacher that did that, I would love that. Like, make stories about things that I would like, and like not
Yeah.
just me, like other people in my class would like.
Well, it's not that hard, right? You could just replace, like, you could replace sentences with video game characters. Even that would be more interesting because at least you'd be like thinking about video game characters or being able to talk about that instead of, Jack and Jane ran up the hill. Like
Yeah.
that makes sense. And the math, again, the same thing with math as well. I feel like a lot of those puzzles that they give you are kind of are a little boring sometimes because they it's just not that exciting, the topic. So Gimpy God used to teach math.
I did. True story.
Did you make up horrible stories for people to work out?
Oh, it was fantastic. Like we'd have like Con Air going on the chalkboard. Like
Oh, really?
yeah, like if you got all the convicts on one wing and like trying to get let's pretend like one wing is one side of an equation and the other wing is the other side.
Oh,
And then like the
nice.
body of the plane is the equal sign. So
Right.
we always had to keep it balanced by, oh crap, look, that guy fell off. So now what do we got to do with this side? That kind of thing.
Right.
Oh no, they're multiplying. So then what do we got to do over here? That kind of thing.
Oh, that's smart. We got to bring it up to. What would be a more recent one now though? You'd have to do like
I like
Yeah.
stuff like that, but I much prefer like just full on equations.
Yeah,
I don't know
really?
why, but I find them
really?
enjoyable.
Well, Elsa's saying the same thing. She likes them as well. The equation side of
I
stuff.
haven't found any really teachers that makes me want to learn.
That's interesting.
Most of my teachers, if anything, have made me not want to learn, have just like made like, no, I do not like school.
So what do your parents
Yeah,
do about that then? Vibe?
Can't really do anything about it because like I told the teacher that that I can't concentrate in school, but like we couldn't really do anything.
Right.
Okay. I don't know about you, David, but I personally, anything that I'm really struggling with, I kind of don't like.
Yeah,
You
me
know
too.
what I mean?
Poke.
Yeah, me too.
So if something is causing me angst, it's hard to like want to pursue that. And as adults, we kind of, other than our job, we don't go out and seek out things that suck to us to do, right? So
Some of us might, but yes, yeah.
some of us might,
Yeah.
But so like I worry about like if Wolf Pup has like any kind of anxiety or just feels like he's struggling, and if that
I
could
do
be
feel like
fixed,
I have test anxiety.
see, and if we could help you with,
I mean, a lot of us have test anxiety.
right.
I guess it's
Sorry,
like a
that's-
spectrum though, right? Some people are some people
No,
just get-
I understand. I'm just saying that, like,
But you're right. Yes, tests. I mean, tests suck. Let's face it. But it's the
They suck.
And I guess the only reason is just to make sure. But if you think about it, the tests are there to test your teachers more than anyone else, right? It's to show that the teachers have taught you the things
that
that
was
they
the
need to.
QAO. That was made for your teacher.
But all tests are like that, really. Well, wait a second.
There's
I just
nothing-
realized something. Wait a second, Elsa, you live in Sweden.
Wait,
Yeah.
EQAO was
True
for
story.
the teachers?
Wait a sec. But if you live in
Yeah.
Sweden, you don't speak English.
No, that's why my English is so bad.
Are you kidding me? Your English is
It's
great.
fantastic.
How did you learn
No.
English?
In school?
No. Seriously?
Yes?
You got your English from learning from school in a classroom.
Yes?
Wow. That worked really well. Do you watch not Canadian, do you watch English, like English speaking television and stuff?
Yeah.
Or is it normally dubbed or is it subtitles?
No, it's the most of the things I watch is English, but I get a lot of help from my parents.
Right. They both speak English?
Which one do you think is
Yeah.
harder to, like, speak? You speak Swedish, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Yeah, which one do you think is harder? Well, sorry.
I'm guessing
Uh,
that Swedish would be harder for us and English harder for Elsa.
No,
Yes.
I know. No, I'm teasing, buddy. But I guess the question is Swedish a difficult language to learn?
I think so because no, I think so, but I think it's because no, I don't really know why.
Could you could you say something to us in Swedish? Could you say like I don't know, hello, nice to meet you in Swedish?
Hej, det är trevligt att träffas.
Wow.
Okay, see, that sounds dramatic.
See, that
in a way.
sounds way more difficult to me.
Ja.
So,
No,
okay,
English is the worst language to learn. You know
let's
that,
just
right?
start with hello. How about hello, Elsa?
Hej.
Hey.
Oh.
Hey, I could do that. Hey. All right. Hey, Elsa. Okay, so basically I speak Swedish now. Can I put that on my resume?
Have we taught Elsa that you're a world famous actor and have been for many, many years?
Watched by parents all around the world. I do a little acting. Yes, it's true. But
She didn't know that you were like famous, like super.
yeah, Elsa,
famous,
how did
like
you find us?
Tom Cruise? Yeah.
like Tom Cruise.
Well,
Don't even
without
start,
the
Baz.
Scientology.
Baz, you stay out of this conversation. You're not allowed to. You're my son. Elsa, how did you find us?
I am watching Stargate right now. So I was starting following you on Instagram, and then I saw you had a YouTube channel. And
No
then
way.
No
I
way.
started. Yeah.
That's
And I'm still watching Stargate Atlantis now
wow. Okay, but are you watching it in English or in Swedish?
in English.
I kind of want to know what I'd sound like in Swedish, though.
Wouldn't be you.
But no, thank you, Baz. Because I went to Elsa, you'll like this. I went to France and I met the guy who does my voice on Stargate Atlantis in France.
Whoa.
And he's like a real comedian guy. He's actually funny. So so my voice is completely different and much funnier in
wacky.
in France.
Right?
Isn't that wild? Whoa, we just lost that. I don't know why, for some reason, things keep trying to go to sleep. Oh, that's fantastic. Oh, well, great. Okay, so you basically thought there could be, nothing better than watching Rodney McKay being insulted by his son and Gimpy God,
No.
and you wanted to be a part of that too.
Yeah.
That's great. Okay, so let me guess. If you could be Sam Carter in the future, did you watch SG-1 at all?
No. I
Oh,
haven't
so it's
watched-
just Atlantis.
Yes.
Ah,
Wow,
okay. So other
very
than me, of
specific.
course, what other favorite characters do you have?
My favorite character is Rodney, but
Well, of course, everyone's favorite
Obviously.
characters. Everyone's favorite character, Elsa. Just assume that.
But I love all the characters.
They are kind of fun, aren't they?
Yeah.
And do you like? I mean, is science fiction something you like? I mean, do you like the science? Do you like science because you like science fiction?
I haven't watched so much science fiction.
Oh, really? So what else do you watch? What are the shows? You were suggesting that we watch Prison Break, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So Baz, we have to watch Prison Break. Apparently, it's really good.
Is this the American show?
Yeah, I think so. Right, Elsa? It's the American show, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I got a question for you. Are there any good Swedish shows we should watch?
I don't know. I don't watch so many Swedish shows.
Okay. All right. So next time we talk, see if you can find out if there's any good Swedish shows that we could watch.
I was
Okay.
watching something out of Sweden.
Well, were you?
Is that Dark Forest? Or
Oh,
there's
Dark.
something that had time travel.
The Dark?
Is that it? Yeah.
Yeah,
like
there's
really
one called
cool-
Dark
One
or
that
something.
everyone used to say was like Stranger Things, and then it was actually like a really like
Huh.
It
I
was
mean, not sure.
yeah, very convoluted time travel and causality
Yeah.
exploration. I like that.
Yeah, I like that stuff sometimes too. It depends on how it's done. Um,
Yeah, if it's dumb, I don't like it.
yeah, dumb is dumb.
Dumb, stupid.
Dumb is the dumbest. Elsa, I'm so glad you could join us because the other thing that's great, I think, the thing that I think we were missing with Tech Bandits was, all of us or a lot of us were from the same kind of area in Toronto, of all places. So the idea that we could have like people from like all over the world, like we do in the chat, that's kind of cool.
International.
Yeah, we're like international, and we've all got because what's great is that the more different people we have involved in Tech Bandits, the more different like answers and ideas that people are going to have, right? If it's just all the same people from the same area, it tends to be just all the same kind of topics. Whereas now we can branch out and talk about other things as well, which is kind of cool. And I think you'll find that if you have any interest in gaming, you will be easily roped into many a game, I'm sure.
True.
And especially if you can do some Magic the Gathering stuff. We gotta Gimpy G and I gotta start doing a lot more Magic the Gathering.
Oh, it's gonna happen. I'm ready.
Now, just I don't know if anyone in the chat knows this, but does anyone know if there's? I know that there's Magic the Gathering Arena, but I thought I saw an online game version, whether it was tabletop or something, that allowed you to play Magic the Gathering with multiple people as if you were playing the original card game. Like, wouldn't that be cool? Like,
it would be interesting.
I feel like there was something, that there was another Magic game where, and the idea, Elsa, is that then it would be like pretending we were sitting at a table together and then more than just two people could play at the same time. Because right now, the only online card game I know is Cards Against Humanity, which I've never played, by the way. I've never played it. Ank's spoken about that before. Do you play that, Gimpy G?
I have with the young adults. It's a bit saucy sometimes.
A bit saucy, I say.
Appropriate.
It gets a bit saucy, does it?
Oh yes.
They've just released a Magic the Gathering RPG. Huh. It simulates tabletop games. Yes, I wonder, is there there's a tabletop simulator on Steam and you can make your own games on it. But you could make you could make Magic on it? That'd be cool.
Or your super cool aliens and astronauts.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Baz, Gimpy G's a big fan of the aliens and astronauts idea.
I am.
Yeah.
Which version? Mine or Dad's?
Well, yours, of course.
Oh, I don't know.
Elsa, and I don't even know if Vipup knows about this, but we've been talking about doing our own card game. We thought it'd be kind of fun to have a card game that had like spaceships and planets and all that kind of stuff. And that you could still have like collectible cards and things, just like Magic the Gathering. But I've got a question for Elsa. Elsa, have you ever done Pokemon cards?
I have got some Pokemon cards, but I didn't know what they were made for.
Right. Well, it's funny. You're not the only one. Most kids, I would say, and Baz, tell me if I'm wrong, or Vipup, most kids don't play Pokemon as a game. They just collect the cards, right?
That's 100% true.
Game.
Because Baz and I used to play it as a game.
The video game and the card game?
The card game is really good. It's a really fun game.
It's even better. I used to play all the video games.
Oh, yeah, that's right. It's true. Baz and I used to go to a Minecraft server that was all...
No. I still like the video games. They're still probably my favorite.
Hey, Baz, did you hear Pokemon Snap's coming out soon for the Switch?
No, I don't know if I'm gonna like it. I don't know exactly. Really?
You're gonna love it.
Thanks for the link, Ank. I'll check it out. I'm curious to know.
I heard it's not like the original Pokemon games, though, is it?
Ruby K is pretty excited about Pokemon Snap.
You can make them it's like you're on a safari, and then you can manipulate what they're doing to get just the right snapshots, and there's going to be like branching things that you can do. It's going to be, I promise you, I think you'll really enjoy it.
Huh? Wait a second. It looks
really hyped up version. Go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, so I'm so sorry. No, I completely cut you off. Um, it sounds like Tabletop Simulator may allow you to do Magic the Gathering.
No.
So then you're pretending. So it's a virtual table top, and then you would play your cards on it. That would be kind of cool, I gotta say. Because then we can, Baz, you'd be up for that, wouldn't you? Playing like a game of Magic the Gathering. You'd be up for playing a game of Magic the Gathering on a Tabletop Simulator, wouldn't you?
Sure.
Yeah, I sound unconvinced. What about you, Vibe Pup?
Pardon?
Can you tell who's dual screening? Hey, Vibe Pup.
I'm not.
Would you consider playing Magic the Gathering on Tabletop Simulator with us at some point?
I would try. It'd probably be very bad, and I.
That's
was
okay.
listening-
Gimpy G's really
Probably
bad too.
dominate.
Yeah.
I'm too good. My deck's broken. Wait, do I not get to use the deck that I made? Please say I got to use the deck that I made.
I would think you could bring your own deck in, but we'd have to check it out. Okay, so that's our research for this week. I'm gonna go
then
check
I'd
out.
win.
I'm gonna go
I'd
check
win
out
every game.
Tabletop Simulator. Thanks to Ank for pointing that out to us.
I'd win every game.
You can use it in VR too. Oh my God, Phantom Killer, dude! Could you imagine that? Like it's like you're there playing cards with people.
Do you have to actually use physical cards?
Oh, that's a good point. That would suck for
I
you.
mean, it's
Gimpy G.
okay.
Yeah.
Oh no.
But you know what?
I
There's
can
probably ones where you
easily,
could stare at them long enough or whatever that you could point your head at them and things. But I kind of like the idea.
Power.
I don't know what that was. Is that your staring sound?
That is my telekinesis sound.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Let's just hope never to see you in a Marvel movie then.
Oh man, everybody support Hugh as MODOK.
Are you still pushing that? Has anyone else signed up? It was like at 5 people the last time I
We've
saw.
got 21 people.
No, you convinced 21 people to sign up for that?
Yeah.
For what? Sorry.
I want your dad. That was who was that? Whoever it was. I want David to be MODOK from the Marvel universe. The bad guy that's just like one big giant head.
Baz, do you
Yeah, I know
remember?
MODOK.
Perfect.
I love MODOK.
We used to watch
See,
MODOK
exactly.
on. What was it? What was that little? Whoa! What is?
There's like this one
just
Marvel show that I used to love.
Yeah, what was it called? It was like they were like They were kids. Remember that?
Oh,
yeah, they were babies. They were babies. Oh yeah, I love that show.
Yeah, Hank, my camera is really unstable. I don't know what's going on. It's like, I'm having a few technical issues in general these days, it seems. I thought all problems would be solved, but I moved to just the PC, and a lot of problems have been solved, but I'm still unable to do a lot of the things I want to do. Oh, you know something I am able to do, though? Oh, you'll like this. So, Elsa, I don't know if you know this or not, but I have to wear hearing aids because I don't hear very well. And what I didn't like about them was I had to go to the doctor to get them changed. Like if I wanted to change something on them, I had to go to the doctor and say, I need it to be like a little bit louder. And then they'd go in and they'd be like, does it sound louder now? Does this sound better? And they'd be like doing something on the computer. And I was like, well, can you just give me the mouse and I'll change it? Because then you know what I mean? Then we don't have to talk through what it sounds like. Anyways, they wouldn't do that. So what did I do? I just got myself a little, let me see if I still, do I have it here? I might even have it here. I do. Yeah. Okay. So I bought myself this little thing that allows me, this little thing right here, that allows me to connect to my own hearing aids with the computer, and I downloaded their software so I can change my own hearing aids.
that's cool.
Isn't that neat?
So, are you going to change like mid-range and bass, bass, and
I
Twitter?
thought I would just try a few things and see what it's like. They say you got to be really careful, though, because it's very easy to, make them too loud and destroy your own hearing. But I figure my hearing's pretty shot already, so,
Yeah, what are you going to do?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I can't
Oh.
hear them telling me to look out.
Cool facts. I have the hearing of a 40-year-old.
Do you really? I wish I had the
I-
hearing of a 40-year-old.
I was listening to it's a how good are your ears thing on it was like I can guess your age thing. Can you hear this? Can you hear this?
Right.
And
Is
I
that like a YouTube video or something?
Mm-hmm.
it was in my show, Brain Games.
Oh, great. Yeah. That's right. Okay.
Oh, okay.
And these are the
And
sounds that
then-
only teenagers can hear and stuff like that?
The kids like around my age were the only ones left, and I'm just like, I stopped hearing like 20 sounds ago.
Ha. Well, they say not all kids have the same thing. Elsa, if you want to look it up, I should see if we can find it actually. Actually, no, if you know what you're looking for, Vibe Pup, can you find a link for us for that?
I'm in a boat.
Oh,
1 second.
Okay, never
I'm
mind.
right by.
No, you know what? I can
no,
do it.
I can do it. I'm right by my island.
I think I might be able to do it. Hang on a second.
A goblin shark is.
A goblin shark? I didn't even know there were
He-
goblin sharks. Okay.
He's kind of looking at me at the moment. I'm
Right,
going
so-
as fast as I can.
That's all right. I got it. Sounds only teenagers can hear. All right, here we go.
How are you gonna play the sound? Are you gonna play it on your phone?
Well, I just thought. Okay.
Send it in chat maybe, and then.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm tired.
Babies. Are you a
Baby.
superhuman? Is it Brightside? I don't have to.
Yeah.
I haven't
Oh,
checked
not
these
Brightside,
videos.
not Brightside, not Brightside, not Brightside.
Why not Brightside?
They make the most clickbaity
Oh, do they?
videos. Yeah,
Okay.
they're not good. There's some.
Well, maybe someone could find. Maybe someone could give me a good example. I just don't want to put up a link for something that might not be cool. But Elsa, it's kind of neat. These are sounds that as you get older, you don't hear certain sounds, right? So Baz, we played a sound on YouTube that was a sound, and I was like, it's not playing anything, and Baz could hear it, and it was bothering him, like it was such an annoying noise, but I couldn't hear it. How wild is that?
Dad, you can't hear anything.
I'm pretty deaf most of the time, anyways. It's true. But I also noticed that Baz is really deaf. Usually around the time when I say, "Have you done the dishwasher?"
I found that teenagers are almost completely deaf, except
general.
for sound.
That's
Yeah.
it. Yeah. Unless they're rescuing you from under tables, right? They respond pretty quickly on that. Selective audio impairedness. I think I might have. I think Jane thought I had that. You know.
Oh wait, I just
Ours
found.
had that. Our old dog had that.
Gimpy, dude. Oh my God. Gimpy G's got the damn Modoc thing back in the chat again.
Right. It's important.
Like the mosquito ringtone. Does that really work? Does that mosquito sound really stop mosquitoes from coming? Do you have mosquitoes in Sweden, Elsa?
Yeah.
My
do.
ears are 18.
Asking them.
Your
ears are 18.
Oh, is there?
Okay.
Did you do a test?
Yeah, I just sent it in the chat. It's
Oh, great.
Like, it's a
Can
video.
you post it in the Discord server?
Oh, 1 second. I get the. Oh wait, no, it's already in my.
Heaven
content
forbid,
page.
Baz should actually have to. Oh, how old is your hearing? Okay, there you go. Perfect. Okay, so Elsa, in the chat. Well, we're gonna put it in the That's kind of cool. So Elsa, you can test your hearing and see what age your hearing is. It's kind of neat. As I did
hearing
it.
is probably going
I
to be,
couldn't
like-
hear anything, like at all, ever. I couldn't even hear my
What time
family
is
telling me to listen to it.
In Sweden, do we know?
Mine was when I was listening to it, it really hurt my ears. Like I'm like no.
Yeah, that was Baz as well, and I couldn't hear anything at all. I couldn't hear a noise at all, and Baz was like, turn it off. He's probably faking.
Yeah, I mean,
Probably faking anyways.
No, those noises they're really loud.
Well, they use them, I think in England, they were using them around schools, like in areas of the school that they didn't want kids loitering, like hanging out.
Yes. In America, they've done it in different,
Or outside
shopping
convenience
areas.
stores or,
Yep. Yep.
Isn't that wild? So they just play a noise that no one else, doesn't bother anyone else, but teenagers are like, I can't talk with that noise in my head.
Me.
But like, what if I'm coming up to the shop to like buy? If I'm just like I'm going to buy everything from the store,
Mm-hmm.
and then all I hear is that, and I'm like, no, I'm not giving a single cent. No.
Well, it's
They're
perfect
willing
because
to risk it.
you only hear the noise going up to it. So you get in the store and you're fine. Or maybe you're not. I don't know, because maybe they want them out of the store too. That's interesting. Maybe they just don't want your money.
I'm fine if they don't want my money. Like, free money. I have money now.
Right.
I'm still going.
I have free money because I don't give someone money. Yes, that makes sense.
Oh, yes, please.
Gimpy G, do you need a bounce?
No, no, I'm sorry.
Uh,
I was being asked what I would like for supper.
Oh, nice. What are you thinking? Did you say
Well,
lobster and steak?
I couldn't quite hear what Sis was saying, so she said blah 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 potato, and I said, sure, that sounds great.
That sounds amazing.
Yeah,
Um,
and she locked Gizmo in here with me. yes,
For a
oh, is
random
that the
reason,
dog in the background?
I really want steak right now. Like I just want steak.
I could murder a steak right now. What if
Ooh,
that steak was grown in a lab?
exactly.
Would you still
What if?
get like? Would that work for you?
Yeah, I would if it's
Yeah, I got 17.
That's
Oh,
not
you're
bad.
17.
Yeah.
Oh, you were doing your hearing thing. See,
Yeah.
he says he doesn't like science, but the reality is he likes it as long as it's not in school. Elsa,
This
do
isn't really
you?
science, and I don't have to write a test about it.
Yeah, that's true. Um, Elsa, when you eat meatballs, so you eat meat.
Yeah.
One of the things we've talked about in the past, which we're kind of interested in, is like how do we stop having to have so many cows and cause all that pollution and stuff, and also whether we're being nice or not to animals. I don't even know about that. Like I've met a lot of cows and I quite like them, and I'm not sure that I really like the idea that I have to eat them. Same thing with pigs. I mean, I do eat them because they're delicious. But I sometimes worry about it. And I thought, we've talked about this before, where wouldn't it be cool if you could just grow meat in a lab without actually having to like raise an animal and then like kill an animal? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I just think that would be so neat. Like we were watching this movie the other day. Remember, Baz, remember that movie? So one of this couple had the job of looking at little chicken chicklets. What are they called? What do you call them?
Chicks, just chicks.
Yeah, chicks. Okay. So their job was looking at chicks and saying, is it a boy or a girl? And apparently that is actually, you got to be like trained to do that. So,
oh yeah, you got to get in there.
Exactly. So, and not only that, the reason why they do it is because they got no use for the boys, right?
No.
So they separate them, and all those eggs that we eat are obviously from female eggs, from female chickens. All the male chickens just burned. They just get rid of them. Isn't that wild?
Why don't they put them up for adoption? I would want one.
Well, because there's so many of them. You might want one of them, but would you want a million of them?
Yes.
Oh, can somebody Google this for me? Are they like humans? Are they 50-50? I guess they would be, right? Are they basically half for female, half for male?
Good question.
I would teach them not to poop on the floor, and then I'd let them run wild.
Have you ever tried to
I
teach a
think
chicken anything?
chickens are just so hard to teach.
I sort of not a big fan of birds because they're just like big feathered dinosaurs, and I just feel like they'll go for my eyes first chance they get. But maybe I'm paranoid. Okay, chickens. That's an interesting. I don't even know how to look that up. Chickens
Gender
ratio
distribution?
of
Genders, yes, something like that.
genders. Oh, genders, good word. Okay, are you sure you don't want chicken ratio of enchiladas? Because that's what came up for some reason.
That's
Chicken ratio.
actually a great thing to look into if we were doing some ADD Olympics. That'd be great.
Okay, I'm wondering if the sex ratio for laying eggs is about equal. One male chick, one female. So the ratio is, what the hell? Where's the answer? I just want the answer. It is 50%.
And
Yeah,
it makes sense that it's 50 just from genetics.
But so that means
Everything
you
I
are
know about
throwing
chicken.
out half of
Oh my
your
God.
eggs.
Just burning them. Oh
Yeah.
my God.
But isn't that so? So my question is, what
humanity.
if you could genetically modify them so that they only had female chicks?
Then how would
Look.
they birth?
Well, because you wouldn't do it to all
problem.
chickens. You just do it to the chickens you were working with.
But then wouldn't they die off because like the males would die?
But you would bring in, like, I guess you would genetically modify a strain of chickens so that they only had female eggs? Would it be a genetic modification or would it be some kind of a hormone thing?
I don't know.
That's weird. Well, just because then you're not wasting half of those little chickens, right?
Right.
And then
Which,
you'd also wouldn't have to hire all those people to look and see what kind of, whether they're men or whether they're boys or girl chickens.
Why I don't understand why you would have to hire. I feel like that would be an easy job. Also, I cannot really hear anything now that I listen to that "how old is your ears" thing.
Oh no, really? You've deafened yourself?
Yeah,
You've gone from, if you listen to it again, will you have an older age?
yeah.
It may be because I'm not talking to the microphone enough. That's possible too. You know, it occurs to me it is 6:15, and I've been chatting away and having way too much fun, and I got to move it. But Elsa, I'm so happy that you have tracked us down and that you are now representing the Swedish division of the Tech Bandits. How would you say Tech Bandits in Swedish?
Tech
I don't
Bandit.
know.
All right, that's your homework, Elsa.
Okay.
I want to know how to say Tech Bandits in Swedish, so that when we come there to do a show in Sweden, we'll be able to promote it properly. How about that?
Did I tell you the story about how my game, it only went into background process, and now from 24 hours, now it has like 40 hours in it?
I
What
am
that mean?
completely lost as to what you're talking about.
The game was on all night because instead of turning off, it decided I'm going to be a background process and go all night.
So the game ran in the background all the time?
It ran all night.
What game was it?
And then Ghost Recon Breakpoint.
And how does it run in the background without you playing it?
Because it just went to a background process.
Isn't that kind of a little scary though, that it's just running rampant on your system?
It's controlled because it can't do anything. Because
Windows is pretty good about keeping their programs apart from each other too. Actually,
Windows, I am starting to trust the Windows thing more because
Windows Defender.
Because it can get on my whole PC. When the Avast, it only checks my C drive, which kept scaring me because, what if I got a virus and it's just decided I'm going to keep changing locations?
I'd say my logic for liking Defender is that it is built into the operating system. So it's going to have access to the operating system in a way that any other application would have to figure out, as opposed to just being a part of the operating system. So I feel like, and I mean, I know people will argue with this, but I listen to a show called Security Now on the This Week in Tech on the Twit network, and there's a couple of really smart guys there who talk about this stuff, and they seem to think that Windows Defender is the way to go because anything else is just not going to have the same kind of access as Windows, the operating system itself. So that's probably good to trust it, I would say, but definitely make sure it's run and it's set up properly because that's going to make a big difference too. Elsa, do you use a PC or a Mac?
She's probably off.
What?
Let's see.
Yes. Do you use like a PC or an Apple computer?
A PC.
PC. Okay. All right. Great.
Mark.
Not that there's anything wrong with Apples. I got to say I loved them for ages, but okay. All right. There's better games on the PC though, to be fair. All right. All right. So again, I'm going to say, Elsa, thank you so much. You've got access now, so make sure you pop in and feel free to practice any of your English on any of the Tech Bandits anytime. And I was told that the best way to learn a language was to watch soap operas.
Oh, I thought he was going to say Stargate Atlantis.
Well, there's that too, I'm sure. But that's sort of like a space soap opera. But apparently, if you watch soap operas, it's the best way to learn the language because the acting is so big that you know exactly just from their body movement whether they're upset or whether they're happy or so you learn. It's a great way of learning the language, apparently. But I guess science fiction could work too. You generally know if
I-
Rodney's happy or not by his face. What was
I
that?
haven't
Vibe?
watched Stargate, but isn't your character afraid of lemons?
He's afraid of everything, but lemons
He
definitely.
is.
He's allergic to lemons. Yeah, he's allergic to lemons, or is he? Is the question. He might just be a bit of a hypochondriac, which is, I think, that may have been what I added to the mix with my character.
Oh, I
I
thought
still gotta watch those.
your character was just afraid of lemons, just like I hate lemons.
No, he's scared he's going to have like a reaction and die or something. I think he's but he's a bit, I mean, he's a total hero, but he's he's a little difficult to work with sometimes, right, Elsa?
Yeah.
I tried to watch the show, but I couldn't. It's because it wasn't on any of my streaming services, and for Prime, I needed to pay for it.
That's
It's on Hulu. It's on Hulu.
It's on Hulu now. Yeah, but we don't have Hulu in Canada. It's not free in Canada.
It's not free, but
Oh, Hulu used to be free. I used to get Hulu for free.
So did I. I got it on the Rogers.
Yeah, me
TV,
too.
But then we got rid of Rogers.
Oh, now we're on Bell, so it's different. Yeah. Have you tried Crave?
I tried Crave, and wait, no, we got Crave really recently. I should check if it's on
Try
there.
Crave. I mean, it might have. I don't know if it does or not. I mean, there's newer sci-fi shows to watch if you want.
And we didn't. I messed up my words. We didn't get rid of Rogers. We just got rid of the TV.
Oh, I see. Right.
We got rid of the TV service because the internet's fast. We like it. It's good for gaming. And
I'm thinking of getting Rogers as well, like having a Bell one and a Rogers one. So then we know that our gaming is going to be good. Right, Bass?
what does this even mean?
Oh, sorry. Rogers
Sure.
is like a Comcast or something. It's like it's the internet provider.
Oh, okay.
Right. So
Oh, it's not a. Oh gosh, I kind of thought maybe you guys would have.
Rogers have been having decently
a
amount of
national
trouble
thing.
lately.
they've been having technical issues?
Once in a while, it will just like, I don't know when, but the internet, or was it the power? One of them.
Mm.
I'm pretty sure we used, and it went out, and they said like, no, we can't help you until this time.
Oh, really?
Like, but it was like late at the night, so I'm
Right.
like, I want to do this now.
You've got to fix it now. I've got gaming to do now.
This
No, I
is
think
happening.
it was on TechBandits, and I was very confused because remember the day where I said like, I might not make it due to internet.
Right. That was because of power issues?
Yeah, most of the time that's because of power issues.
Huh.
But I haven't missed a TechBandits.
That's true. You've never been
That
to
is
Tech Bandits.
fantastic.
I think you've been at Tech Bandits that I wasn't at.
What?
I think you've probably been at more Tech Bandits than I have even.
But you've been at everyone.
It's true. Maybe not always always in body, maybe not always in mind. That might be the difference. All right, look, everyone, I'm going to say goodnight. Thank you very, very much. Elsa, I look forward to more chats in the future. And if you have any questions, obviously just, feel free to email or you can Discord me or whatever you want on the Tech Bandits server. And I will start checking that Iron Ham server, or that's soon going to become apparently Tech Bandits server, the Discord server. And for any ideas for the show, because that would be great. I mean, I find a lot of stuff. I often forget what I found, and I put it in a list, and then I don't know where I put the list. So I like the idea of being an online one that people can jump in on as well. So that would be great. Gimpy G, thank you again, as always.
Oh, thank you. Bye, everybody.
We'll have to do some
Nice meeting you,
practicing.
Elsa.
We'll do some Magic the Gathering
yeah.
practicing soon.
Bye bye.
All right. Thanks, Iron Ham. Should I be rating someone?
You could rate someone playing Stranded Deep. They
Oh, I dropped.
I think.
Yes. Oh, a Google Doc. Actually, Google Doc's not a bad idea too, is it?
Oh, they stopped streaming. Okay, never mind.
Oh, did you?
I'm going to send someone in the chat that we can raid
Okay.
on the Discord.
Are they family friendly? Oh, wait a second. Elsa, do you have anybody you like watching on Twitch?
I just downloaded Twitch to watch you, so no, I don't know.
Oh wow! You wait. There's a lot of this. This is like basically I'm the bottom of the pile. There's people up there, way better people. Who's going? Who's actually playing right now? Let me have a look.
I really like Elsa. A little misguided, but I really like Elsa.
Hey, Milky Charms is on.
Oh, he's playing Totally Accurate Battle Simulator.
Oh my God, that's the one you were talking about the other day.
He's been playing
Okay, let's do
Cyberpunk for a while. I checked out one of the streams and it looks fun, but only if you could turn off nudity and like sexual content.
Oh, really? He's playing it?
No, he's playing the other, right? Or no?
He was playing it, but like he never really did like the inappropriate parts. He only
he avoided that. Okay, so you think I'm okay to go over to Milky Charms then?
Yeah, he's just playing Totally Accurate Battlegrounds.
All right, we're going in for the raid, and guess what I'm going to do this time? I'm actually going to stop the stream.
Stop streaming?
Because sometimes I forget. But then you could watch me walking around the office, scratching my butt and picking my nose and things. Isn't that fun? Isn't that entertainment?
And see your IP address.
What? They can see my IP. How do they see my IP address when I stop streaming?
No way.
All right, we're gonna raid now. We're gonna go raid. All right, everybody, thank you very much, Elsa. Have a great. Actually, what time is it there, Elsa?
It's 00:25.
So 25 after midnight, huh?
Yeah.
Oh my! What are you doing up so late? That's crazy.
My parents said that it was okay.
Oh my gosh! Well, get some sleep for goodness sake. Thank you so much, Elsa. We'll see you next time.
Yeah.
I just want to say before we go, New Year's Eve is my favorite day because I get to stay up to like very late playing video games.
Really? You should talk to Baz, because I go in every night and go, okay, that's it. And then I leave and I come back in. I go, okay, that's it. And then I come back in again and I go, okay. And then I start unplugging things. That's generally how it works for me. All right, everybody. So I will say, be safe, be kind, be brilliant. And I cut myself off.
It was perfect. It was perfect.